Who it was?
Babe, I'm thankful.
How if you're saying that?
I got you tagged 7 times. Like,
how if you're
I
saying
really
that?
rep that shit. You know I
How
do.
if you're saying that?
But just because we got a complication, don't try to make it seem like I don't fuck with you or I didn't think it was from you.
Is it a gold tooth?
You said what?
That. Does she have a tooth missing, or is it a gold tooth, a rotten tooth, or what's going on?
Nah,
she got a tooth. She don't know, brother.
No, she has a tooth that's gone, and we watched on a podcast or a live before where she got her she got like a picture of him put on an implant that she put in. That's what I'm saying. It's a very bizarre, wonderful couple. They're a lot of fun to follow. I would recommend it, and then also it's a good kind of like it's
a good reality check.
Exactly. If you hop on Instagram or something, you might get like a false reality to compare
what
your
people's lives are.
Yeah, this is like a good false reality where you're like, holy shit, at least I'm not threatening to kick her fucking stomach in. But yeah, no, y'all didn't have to laugh at that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and hop back into the video. You said what?
No, laugh. You should laugh. Laugh hard.
What was that?
Is she pregnant now?
Oh, she's 100%
pregnant.
That's why you made the stomach kick.
Yeah. Then laugh. Yeah, for sure. My bad. Apologies for that. Let's get back into it.
I ain't trying to you're trying to like play those mind games. The only real reason why I'm saying you can't say that because I am destined. I didn't go for you. I just auditioned.
Oh,
like,
shit.
don't audition for anything else. I wasn't thirsty. I wasn't. I liked you a lot. Nobody had to force none of this on you.
You're a goofy bitch.
That's not true.
Okay, so it took something for you to get 7 fucking tattoos, right? You goofy bitch.
Stop talking to me.
Stop being goofy.
No, stop.
You're telling me I took God's credit.
She does have a Benjamin Franklin tattoo like on her neck, which is like his logo basically. I mean, he also has a tattoo, to be honest. So I mean, he also looks like a goofy motherfucker. But she did not have those tattoos.
Nigga, what do you look like? You fucking been posted up.
Oh, have mercy.
Yeah. Fucking Bozo.
You know that?
You said what?
Got parents.
She got what?
This young lady has parents.
Oh, yep. All right. You know what? That's good. That's good to know, kids. Yeah, it's good. They're part of the reality show quite often. Yeah, they bring the fist fights. All right.
I give you calling you a goofy ass bitch too.
What the fuck you got?
Talk to me. Stop calling me goofy.
So you would have got 7 tattoos?
I could call you a goofy ass bitch ass.
You would have got 7 tattoos to
Stop
anybody?
getting emotional.
You would have got 7 tattoos to anybody?
We're talking.
You didn't even do music.
Babe, are you listening?
All right, so obviously both of your guys' ladies talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? So I have no experience with this kind of situation. So let me know how that feels when your lady all of a sudden snaps off and says some shit like that. Dudes, I'll take you off mute, brother.
She's gonna be having no teeth,
brother.
Teeth gonna look like hers.
You said what?
Her teeth gonna look like hers.
Oh, okay, chill. That was not the alley oop.
That's evidence, brother. That's evidence.
Yeah, that was not what I threw up for the alley oop. You did slam it though. Holy shit! Yeah, you slammed it. All right.
You know how that makes me feel?
Because
that makes me feel like I wasted my whole fucking time. Every time I'm going into bullshit like reality TV, it's for Rock. It's for Rock. Rock gonna go crazy. You think anybody else? Oh my god, you go with the destined shit.
Not vaping, but actually smoking.
You said what? You're smoking. Yeah.
Actually smoking in the house, not vaping, but smoking.
You smoke weed?
Some people do that, man. Some people do that. Gates, you're next up, man. You're gonna be walking around the house shortly.
Weed different. Cigarette?
He might be smoking weed like a blunt, but still has tobacco. It's tobacco leaf or whatever. But I'm assuming that's what it is, to be honest. I'm assuming he's not just like smoking a fucking Black and Mild. I hope she hasn't pushed him to that level, but it might have happened.
Who the fuck is you, Destiny's Child, bitch? What the fuck is you talking about?
You're destined for shit.
You ain't Destiny's.
Oh, okay, that was it. Great. Yeah.
Take God's credit, bro.
Yo, the amount of times God was invoked in that conversation too was fucking God and destiny and like, what exactly are you guys doing that you were destined to do? Argue in a kitchen on reality TV, which I mean, hats off to you. Like, it's entertaining.
Inhaling fumes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the gates.
DCF and kick the door open.
Style. Right here. Get it in. How are y'all feeling though, man? What's going on in your lives? How was your day?
I got prepared for my show tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I learned about this division, AFC. What's this?
AFC
AFC
North.
North. The Bengals, Ravens, Browns, and Pittsburgh. Old dude's a Pittsburgh fan. Met him this weekend.
You might need me to hop on there just to help you out, Cole. You're over here like, I got to learn about the AFC North.
Yeah, brother. I mean, if you need help, I'd be arguing with Paul about that division all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, come on the show tonight. You know what I'm saying?
We'll definitely check it out. So football, that's cool. No, I love that. If Steelers fans, I mean, they got that Deuce. I know has a lot of history arguing with Steelers fans, no doubt. And Deuce, man, I see you. You came home. You got right to the lamb chops.
Oh, brother, you know how to do it. I had a nice set today too.
Yeah, I love it, man.
When I walked in Publix, I was like, "Yep, those are mine."
Hey, by the way, are you comfortable sharing any of your recent personal best in the gym? Just let everybody know, man, that you've been.
Yeah, let me go ahead and let y'all know. If y'all want to see me on that front squat machine, you better be doing 405. If you ain't doing 405, don't even.
No, I love it. And
this is squat machine. What? I know the front. You said front squat.
Yeah, I can do 405 on the back squat too now.
Brian, don't even try my dog.
You do 405 front squat. You're a strong motherfucker.
Oh, not front squat. You're talking about like inverted front.
All right, what if I can though? What if I can?
I'm talking about like the front leg press.
I might be weak.
Strong.
Yeah, that's
the front leg press machine. But I can do front squat like 225. You know what I mean? Rep it out.
Yeah.
I got really strong legs. Now my upper body, I'm working on it, but lower body, I'm like that.
All right, you're talking about your body too much. All right, so look. From there, I wanted to move right into Barack Obama. It just seems right. Barack Obama. I don't know when this came out. Gates, he's been telling me like, "Hey, man, this is something I've been telling you for 3 years, Cole." Yeah, I don't remember being this specific, but there's
Palacio, and now the guy is no longer.
Okay.
The guy, you know what I'm saying? They smoked that stuff together twice, and then Obama went back to this man's house.
That's what I'm saying. You go crazy and say Obama's over here smoking crack with them.
Hey, that's what the man testified in court.
Picking him up.
He testified in court. Can he be lying? He hit the defendant.
That's a big lie, there, brother.
When Barack was running for president the first time, the man came out and said that gave him fellatio and they smoked crack together. Then Obama came back for seconds.
Isn't it the extraordinary? So does the extraordinary claims requires extraordinary evidence? Does that not apply to you? Like when you say that he's over here picking the guy up every chance he gets to get domed up by him and smoking fucking crack, and he's
when he said it in court, I mean that was pretty much.
You're over here throwing, at least for Biden, he gets the respect where all this smut gets thrown on his son. Obama gets the shit thrown directly on him, man. Like him and Hunter Biden smoking crack together. You say what?
He doesn't get that respect anymore. He's not the president, brother.
Hey, well, I mean, but they've been saying some wild shit about Obama, but I do have this right here. Barack Obama once wrote that he made love to men every day in the imagination in a love letter to his ex-girlfriend that surfaced more than 40 years later. Wow. All right, so can we get the context?
Now he'll believe it. He'll believe it.
I want to see the context of the note. That's the thing.
If Paul was on here, he'd be fighting against this vehemently. You know
well, I mean, I want to be fair to him at the end of the day. It's like, can we see, does the note like exist? Can we see the note, or can I at least see the context of the note, or is somebody just gonna like describe it?
When I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm a liar.
Because you be saying the shit with no evidence. That's the thing. If there's an actual note from Obama, that's different than you just saying.
The man was in court. You could have looked it up.
You sent the video, man. What are you talking about? You sent the video of the guy saying that he's.
Yeah.
You gotta stick on that. You don't have to stick on that. Oh damn!
So the dude was over here sucking off children.
Yeah, to be more careful, boy.
Barack Obama once wrote Okay, the former president wrote of his androgynous mind in a letter to his girlfriend, Alex McNear. Okay, Obama wrote. Okay, this is at least specific. This is per the New York Post, which has since resurfaced in the New York Post and the correspondence. Obama wrote. In regard to homosexuality, I must say that I believe this is an attempt to remove oneself from the present, a refusal, perhaps, to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. This motherfucker thought he was who? Edgar Allan Poe?
He thought he was fucking Toro. That's what we thought he was.
He's fucking Tupac.
Motherfucker, I'm one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he sounds like he's definitely on some other shit. Like what?
Yeah, that ain't Barack Obama talking. That's Barry Soetoro right there.
So after the farce of earthly life, you see, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. Don't clip this. Holy shit! Don't clip this. This is Barack Obama.
He said, "Don't clip this." What the fuck?
No. He didn't say don't clip this. I said don't clip this because he's just. I'm reading.
He's trying to protect him, but it's okay.
No, I'm saying because I'm reading my words. Nobody take me out of context. Goddamn, my mind is androgynous to a great extent, and I hope to make it more so until I can think in terms of people, not women, as opposed to men. Huh? Okay.
Sick fuck.
I mean, that seems sort of reasonable. If you want to be president, you want to be able to think.
It's just funny because he pushed a lot of Pride Parade stuff, so it makes sense.
I think he actually came out against gay marriage, at least initially.
No, he supported it fully.
I'm pretty sure.
I won't basically want to be a woman. He's trapped.
That's not necessarily what I'm getting. But let's see, because androgynous means either or. So he was actually like way ahead of his time on this, like transgender shit.
First transgender
president. Holy shit!
He pushed the policies, brother. What do you mean?
Exactly.
No, well, okay, but I'm saying like when he was initially running, I'm just telling y'all like what the facts are. When he was initially running, he got asked specifically this question because gay marriage wasn't legalized at that point and all that. He
mentioned our penises.
He didn't endorse it. Now later on in his presidency, I'm pretty sure that he did like change his stance on that, but this is something I've heard him be criticized.
No, he did. He flipped.
He knew we weren't going to get voted in that way. It was going to be more difficult.
He was against it until he got in, and once he got in,
probably was.
And then he actually is the one that did the Pride Month thing.
Oh, made it official.
Yep.
Yeah,
he made it official. And that's why I say
I love that. I personally love that and have no issue with that. But yeah,
but that's why I say
I love the
month is in, and it's the same month as Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? He did that on purpose, man.
That's a little weird. I will say that's a little weird.
He wasn't even thinking about that shit. He wasn't even thinking about that shit. I mean, you guys weren't thinking about Juneteenth until 3 years ago.
Obviously, it's going to be in June. Obviously, it's going to be in June. So let's make.
I want shout out to Noah. Obamacare is the only thing he achieved.
That was dumb too.
Way to talk that fact. So
yeah, hop in here, take a little dump on.
With all due respect, Noah, here in the state of Florida, I used to sell health insurance at the time, and here in the state of Florida, there was a gap that some people made too much and some people didn't make enough to get Obamacare, and some people made too much to get Obamacare. So there was a gap right there in the middle. You can look this up. There was a gap in the middle where you didn't qualify for either or.
Brother, it wasn't some. That's most.
Florida did not extend Medicaid.
Well, hold on, brother. What was your point with that, though? That he didn't get healthcare for literally every single person? Is that your point?
No, you couldn't get it. I've tried to find people up. They couldn't get it. Few people back then.
70% of the people he didn't get healthcare for.
We could go and check this, but I know for a fact that more people ended up with coverage after Obamacare. But I don't want to get off subject either because we're talking about him possibly having sexual relations with other people. Not totally on subject. This is a totally different thing. Holy shit! What are you even talking about?
Well,
in returning to the body, I say that I have been made a man, and physically in life, I choose to accept that contingency. That's the same as fucking. Fuck no. This shit is completely unrelated.
He wanted a few back shots, brother.
I was responding to Noah, sir.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah. We were having.
Keeping it in the closet.
I'm saying.
Oh my God! What in the heck? Oh Lord, the letter was written the month of my birthday, the year I was born. Lord have mercy. I'm about to cry.
You might have been Obama's love child somewhere.
Whatever.
Be real, brother. Whatever.
Is your dad named Bartholomew?
He was a Rolling Stone.
November 82. The great one was born, baby. Yeah.
All right. So look, the letter was written November of 82. when the bum was born. But when the 21-year-old Obama and McNair were students at Occidental College in Los Angeles. Damn, he did move around like a spy. Let's be honest. He did fucking move around like a spy.
Why?
His whole life is shady as fuck. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he did. The thing is, you have to respect it. He could have also just got busy. There's people that do that, but at the same time,
presidents are groomed, and some of these presidents are groomed from young. Like Vivek, you're not gonna tell me Vivek wasn't groomed from a child to be a president. You're full of shit. Man's perfect.
He's scared of anybody. I feel like I was editing the video back. I was editing the video back, and he literally was like, "You were like, oh no, he's too smart. He's too smart." I'm like, "Oh shit, it's
too smart."
Scared of Vivek, huh?
Oh, Vivek, nah, bro, I can't get down with him. He's too good to be true. He's like Bush Jr. Right?
Yeah, he's too good to be true. I want to end all government programs. Period. Anyways, let's not get off something. All right.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you know what he said. See, that's the thing. They clipped him saying that part of it, but on the back end of what he says is so close to socialism. It makes my fucking skin crawl. So I'm like, all right, I can't really fuck with you like that. Huh.
All right. Well, in an interview,
he's got a lot of socialism that he fucks with. But yeah, let's get back to this interview.
Yeah, I'll have to tap in on that. In an interview with Tablet published on the 2nd of August, that's my birthday call. We went back to back on it.
Back to back.
Yeah, Garo explained how he obtained letters from 3 of Obama's former girlfriends as he was writing about the politician's early career. Is this something, I know you boys have never done this, but is like telling a woman that you think about dudes and every day, is that something like that just gets them hot? I wonder.
Well, he wasn't trying to get her hot. That's why we're doing that.
You have to think he wrote her the letter that are fucking with Skull and Bones. So you don't know what kind of twisted shit they're getting into with that campus.
Maybe
did he go to Harvard or did he go to Yale? He went to Yale.
No, who? What are you talking about?
Did he go to Yale or Harvard?
I don't think it was Yale. But
he went to Harvard, he was blowing backside. He went to Yale, he was getting his back blown. You know what I'm saying?
Is that how it works?
I didn't know there was a difference, but okay.
Yeah.
Learned something today.
Might have went to Chicago.
See, well, I don't trust Vivek because he went to both schools.
Oh, really? He couldn't decide which blood-sucking fraternity to be down with.
Well, he was
I'll be right back. I gotta check my food, cuz.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
He was working as a biopharmacist when he was getting his Yale degree as a lawyer. So
yeah, it was Columbia and Harvard.
Columbia and Harvard. That's what it was.
And he also apparently spent a little bit of time in Los Angeles just for a second. Yeah, he moved around like a fucking spy.
Oh yeah, brother. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch out for these groomed presidents.
Even as a supporter, I gotta acknowledge, definitely moved around like a spy. Noah, shout out to you again. Also, prison discharge for weed under Biden. Hey man, me personally, I'm not somebody that hates Obama. I like Obama. Really, the biggest complaint I have is, a lot of the shit that happened in the Middle East. Drone strikes went super fucking crazy over Obama. Got crazier than they had ever been.
Brother, he had to get his homeland right. What do you mean?
Hey, I mean, there's always a reason though. There's always a reason to justify doing really what's unjustified.
His homeland, brother. You know that's where he was living when he was young. Shit,
oh yeah, that's right. Back in Kenya, where he was born. Just put the disinformation tab underneath the video right now.
Brother, his fucking this is the thing, man. They want to say he was in Kenya. His fucking stepfather was the biggest fucking oil tycoon in the world. Like, you're gonna give me a break with that shit he was living in Kenya. Like, fuck out of here. You're just saying Kenya because there's no fucking record.
Oh, I gotta find the other stuff. Do you see the shit that is? That's actually what brought this up. I think is there was an exchange that his brother had, allegedly his brother. I don't know. I wanted to look into that, where he was saying that he's a fraud, so on and so forth. Somebody said something about him being gay, and he said that he was,
100% gay.
Well, he said he's a baguette, we'll say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Just came out with that. I mean, just ruthlessly. So, not sure what that's about, but I mean, there could be some animosity. There's not. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's lied. What was that?
I mean, his brother's family doesn't love him, obviously.
Shit, he's like Aaron Rodgers.
That kind of language.
Yeah, but just like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I mean, you can understand why people don't like Aaron Rodgers. He's a douche.
Oh yeah, total douchebag.
I mean, now he's with the Jets. He's actually not a bad guy.
Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
Until they start losing.
Oh, bro, I saw something that said that he's trying to get Baccarati over there.
And
Not mad at
fucking
him.
Devontae Adams. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to build a super fucking team over there? You trying to win 5 Super Bowls before you go out? My
Mad at it, brother.
Damn. But
Yeah.
you won't, bro. I won't lie. I was trying to talk up his tackles in that chat, but
What tackles?
I have to watch the Jets when I was arguing with Harold because I think they do have talent, but the motherfuckers just they can't get right.
Yeah.
Because in that preseason game, I'm like, them motherfuckers. If it wasn't Aaron Rodgers on the field, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, this is right here talking about when Obama kind of started to lock in on wanting to become president and shit like that. And
bro, it's just crazy because he became president with his city being shit. Like Chief Keef was blowing up at the time. This motherfucker became president.
Yeah, that's why he was like, shit, let me run. You know what I mean? Let me fucking run.
I got
Right
Chicago
now.
got so much momentum for the right reasons.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's like right now. Because at the end of the day, that actually is hilarious because he got a lot of heat at first. Remember running against Hillary? Like it was kind of like similar to DeSantis, where people were like, you're an up and coming candidate. Just wait a few years, and then you next term with perfect timing.
Any support from Chicago is because he had the suburbs nice and the bad areas bad, right? And then that's how he was able to get momentum for Chicago. Man, as soon as he left, they started gentrifying all that shit. And he knew they were going to do it too. He timed all that shit perfectly.
I mean, honestly, he kind of did, not mentioning that. Yeah, I could definitely see that's an interesting point. I hadn't even considered
all laws changed. Look at no bail law, all types of shit over in Chicago.
He kind of is unrelated to that kind of like Chicago history and that reputation that Chicago has, which is interesting. But shit, he was keeping it under wraps, brother. He's keeping that shit under wraps.
I mean, he did it great.
Tourism appreciated that. Tourism kind of fell off after he left. You feel what I'm saying?
Shit, I appreciated this shit when I went there. You goddamn right. It was safer. Nigga wasn't shooting up blocks and shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Law and order.
Obama, man, he did some good shit. I'm not going to shit on him there. No, but yeah, man, he definitely fumbled the bag. For sure.
I like Obama. I think he was a good
person, terrible president. Good person, terrible president.
Bad person.
And I think he was good at being diplomatic and working across the aisle, maybe to a little bit too much to my liking, to be honest, as somebody that's probably, would consider themselves a little bit more progressive, I guess. But at the same time, I have to appreciate that because like when we were talking about Vivek in the chat, and I think Paul said something about him, and I'm like, or maybe it was what you said. Either way, I was just like, a lot of this shit isn't about actually enacting these policies because there's so many checks and balances that a lot of these policies that he wants, he would never actually get to enact on one term. But it's about just introducing the ideas because in his case, he's probably not even going to be the candidate, although he's kicking ass, but he's probably not going to be the candidate.
He's like number 2. He made DeSantis drop out like a pussy.
Did DeSantis drop out for real?
Yeah, fucking Suarez and Vivek decided they're running. They both got heavy momentum in Florida. So DeSantis supposedly is not running from what Gates said.
Damn. That's crazy. I was actually looking forward to the DeSantis and Gavin Newsom debate. Since
they were going to square off. They were going to square off too.
Well, which would have been, I think that DeSantis at the time, but if he was like on the verge of dropping out anyways, he did lose a lot of his funding. But if he was on the verge of dropping out anyways, then I don't know why he didn't just go for the debate as one last swing to improve his chances. But I like that because you're going to have Biden not want to participate in debates, which I understand. And the same thing with Trump when Trump's saying like, I'm not going. What was that?
What you mean you understand? Why is he not participating?
Because he's already president. So it's kind of like, why would he participate and defend himself against people that he doesn't have to be the incumbent? Like you have to really come out like RFK and say like, hey, I'm going to run against the party's wishes. I even, to be honest, you didn't let me get to that point, but I understand the same thing for Trump. And Trump's explained this just from a strategic standpoint. So I don't know why you wouldn't give Biden the same leeway, because Trump said he wouldn't debate
when he was in office
debate DeSantis because he already has such a lead on him that it only really benefits DeSantis to debate him. And Trump, on the other hand, rather than just not even speaking on it, he's saying how much he loves debates. Literally, this address, I love debates. I would love to do that. I might still do that maybe, but it really only
debated last time.
What was that?
He debated last time.
We've seen Biden debate, so it's like, what are you even talking about? You're giving Trump way more grace than you're giving Biden. I'm going to treat him equally.
I'm talking about Trump. Trump debated the last term that he lost to Biden. Mm-hmm. And Biden didn't even debate Biden talking about COVID mess.
We're not to the point. We're talking about preliminary primary debates. So we're not even to the point that you're talking about. It wouldn't be Biden versus Trump. It would be Biden debating RFK. It would be Biden debating Gavin Newsom.
I got you.
Yeah, go flip your burgers or whatever. You know what I'm
saying? But that's the thing though. That actually kind of proves his point a little more, I would think, because that just means that that the Democratic Party isn't subjecting themselves to the people's vote because they're not having a debate, so the people can't even vote on the primary. You basically take out the primary candidate, and I won't say that it's every year. It was some fuck shit that happened with Bernie Sanders dropping out, being the second candidate, then letting Hillary run against fucking Biden for her to get fucking tore up by a senile fucking.
Oh no, they were doing at that point. Yeah, Bernie got outvoted in that term. When he dropped out, was against Biden, and
because his party wouldn't promote him, they wouldn't endorse him.
Yeah, but at that point, it was already a lost cause when he dropped out before actually like campaigning was against Biden, and I think that makes more sense. But against Hillary, he ran that shit pretty much to the ground, and just grassroots support wasn't enough. I mean, okay, go ahead.
It was. He didn't want to win.
Yeah.
He didn't want to win, man.
I kind of agree with you. To be honest, some of it with Biden, I kind of believe that he's running the country right now. So there's no reason for them to say like, hey, he's definitely not going to be president next term. It would just kind of like call his competency more into question. So I think with that, I could see a scenario where Biden doesn't actually run when his term is called, and somebody else
be able to run. It's going to be probably Gavin Newsom or probably Michelle. One or two.
Yeah. Well, that's what Noah said.
No, Michelle would win if she ran.
That might be why all the gay slander for Obama's coming back up. Like all of a sudden.
All that Big Mike slander.
All the Big Mike slander. Damn, what would we
the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. Let's look up Obama's brother. I want to see if this is legit.
Let's look up Alter Extreme MAGA.
Yeah, how brother said that bottom. What I've been saying.
Sold his soul to the devil. Yeah, they're wilding out. Beautiful.
Wow, he said he sucked on the devil.
Just so everybody know, I said this years ago.
This guy looks like
anything I say.
What's the motherfucker that was kidnapping kids in fucking Africa? They were like but it ended up being fake. Damn, they had a whole documentary about it.
Like a fairy tale thing about the guy who comes to the kids in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it was like there was a whole campaign around that documentary, but I don't remember what it was.
Wasn't it for like politicians? This is like political shit.
Yeah, it was some weird shit. Nonsense. What kind of brother is that? I buried my children, Kwiku and Rashida, alone. I buried both. They cut it off. Damn, okay, so we actually low-key stumbled into him being like, you fucking never came back around. We buried our entire family. We've never seen you. All right, so this is basically exactly like Aaron Rodgers. All right, nonsense. What kind of brother is that? I buried my children, Kwiku and Rashida, alone. I buried both my aunts. All right, y'all, chill with the names. All right, chill with the fucking names. You're really trying to put me in some.
You want me to read it, brother? You want me to read it?
Try and put me in a bind.
I can read it, brother.
Can you see that?
No, I can't see it. Brother.
Okay, I think it's Zutini, and Hawauma alone. I buried my mother, Mama Kezia Obama alone, and I buried my grandmother, Mama Sarah. Thank God for good old Sarah Obama alone. And God rest her soul, most importantly. What kind of brother is that? Fake ass snake. President Barack Obama, Nobel Peace Prize, my brother's keeper, Snake. And he just hopped on X with it. Oh, and a picture. What you see the picture?
African. That's a true African. You talk about the way the nigga talk.
Look at the picture. They're just posted up. Nothing too crazy. Obama with the fucking.
Why this nigga got a blicky?
Yeah, this looks like fucking Lil Durk music video nowadays. Straight up.
Yes, his brother's got the blick. So his brother was a soldier and he was a pussy.
Well, I mean, he's right. Motherfucker right there is thinking about having sex with men. Oh, just playing. That's just what the letter said. Malik claimed that his half brother. What was that?
Oh, no, it's true. He's over there banging out Big Mike.
Malik Obama claimed that his half brother got rich and became a snob. So he's saying he wasn't born rich, Cole. Y'all like to say he was rich forever.
He just don't know his brother because he moved around so damn much.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Your fucking sibling doesn't even know. But, what I saw was he was the kind of person that wants people to worship him. He needs to be worshipped. I don't do that yet. You are here. Okay, so hold up. Reply to me, Obama. Oh, they're saying, yeah, you're here using his name for clout. But what can one expect from that might be a slur right there. Sula. Yeah, that's probably some crazy shit. Respond.
Get out of it. What is he gonna get out of it? Using it for clout. What is he gonna get out of it?
We're talking about him right now. I didn't even know this guy existed fucking 6 hours ago.
No, but what are you gonna get? Nothing.
You can go on the podcast. Alex Jones will pay him to come on the podcast. For sure. You don't think so?
Somebody need to pay that man for telling the truth.
I like how you I like how you're sitting here acting like fucking
Oh, I knew this. I've been saying this, Carl. Now you see two, you done found two of them. Shit. Instead of
hey, dude, did you mean to get dropped out or did you drop out on accident?
Oh, I got accident.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying to do something.
But yeah, no, the Obama files, man, definitely something to keep an eye on. This shit all coming out right after dude fucking drowned is the craziest shit in the world. Yeah. Like he's got to just be like, I mean, but of the timing, I guess you have to. It's to be expected to a certain extent. But damn, it can't hurt any less. Definitely can't hurt any less. One more thing that I wanted to make sure that we touched on tonight.
I just don't understand why Obama is like, is he like gearing up for another political campaign, like illegally or something? Like I don't understand why they're going for his throat.
Michelle Obama. Yeah, Michelle Obama.
Yeah, I mean his husband. My bad.
Michelle Obama.
Is she really looking like
beautiful queen? Beautiful Queen Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
She's made it seem like she's not going to run now.
Because nobody wants to they're trying to have some level of like solidarity. So that's why to me it all makes sense. I think, for right now, nobody's gonna test Joe because it's like there's already some questions around his competency. So to sit there and say, like, hey, I'm gonna run because I feel like Joe Biden's not competent to run, it's only gonna throw more smut on the Democratic Party in the meantime, and specifically Joe Biden. So I think they're going to wait.
I don't think she'll be able to win if she waits too long.
I mean, hey, I don't think so.
She's not going to win because Trump coming back, but she's going to.
He's so fucked upside down and to the left.
Underfuck that man.
Yeah,
she will take that strap off that she puts on Barack and she will put it straight on Trump.
Yeah, no,
she won't even wash it off.
That's why I don't think it's a matter of like a couple months. If they announce within a couple months, the Republican Party is so fucked up right now because their best candidate, who maybe could test them, is Trump, but he's got so many legal issues right now that he's just fucked with. So
that happens to come out every time they talk about Hunter Biden, a new Trump.
DeSantis's his campaign was a fucking travesty, was a mess, embarrassing. And if it's over, then that's the story on that. That was one of the worst fucking runs for, like, he literally only did damage to his own public image running for president. Fucking hilarious.
Fucking marketing team is, because they're fucking idiots.
Hey, and honestly, PBD, they did call that like early on. I remember them saying that.
That's what he does for a living. He's like, bro, whoever is running his campaign's a fucking moron.
Well, part of it is DeSantis also might just be slightly a fucktard as well. So that just came out a little bit while he was trying to run. But
well, yeah, because he was doing all that fuck shit with policies that he was passing in Florida that were just idiotic.
Yeah, well, but hold up. So real quick, if Trump can't ascend to office, can't run for president because
I'm gonna write his name in.
Indicted.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, say he's in jail or whatever the situation might be. What do you think? That's not going to be enough. That's really so. If some people are going to write his name in and some people are going to vote for a random Republican candidate, that's not going to be enough to defeat the Democratic base. That's going to be pretty much united under whatever candidate is put forward. Aside from some that may vote for RFK.
Democrats, they do stick together. You can have Satan himself run. The Democrats gonna vote for him.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's true. But I mean, I think
they're gonna vote for him. All of them.
I think you believe Satan has ran a few times.
Yeah, Obama.
Yeah, last time Clinton
and Biden and Hillary
and Biden underneath the skin mask.
If you say Hillary, I can support that.
Yeah, Hillary, Biden, Obama.
Yeah, well, definitely, obviously not Trump and George Bush.
Bush too.
Okay. Not only did she let military personnel die, she didn't care.
No, she did.
Yeah.
She says, "What difference did it make if the emails went to my phone or not?"
Exactly.
Bitch, it means you saw the emails.
300,000.
Yeah.
Hot dogs and pizza.
So hold on, I'm not clear on your guys' point. So what's your guys' point on basically the Republican Party trying to overtake?
I think you make a good point.
Trying to overtake whoever runs in the Democratic Party. If it isn't Joe, I think that only helps the Democratic Party and there's more support. Because you say that Democrats stick together. I don't even agree with that. There's a lot of division around Joe Biden. It's just they're not going to not stick together to the point of going and voting for the assholes that you guys barely want to vote for. You know what I'm saying? It's just the candidates in general are shitty. It's really a disgrace. What's that? Go ahead.
Trump did not run or whatever. He was in prison. That's not going to happen. But if that happened, I vote for DeSantis if he was running or Valvik, whoever. Shit. Anybody other than Joe. Stupid.
My vote for Vivek. Only for what you said, my vote for Vivek. Not get my vote ever.
Yeah.
I'd rather vote for fucking Ron Paul than fucking Vivek.
Denzel will write the name and fuck it. He'll take a president in prison.
I would write Trump in and I'd be done. Listen,
I'm writing Larry Hoover. Fuck it.
I like Trump and I like RFK. If those two aren't the candidates, I don't know what the fuck is going on either party.
Yeah.
Because those are the two best candidates on both sides right now. If you look at it
hold on, who'd you say?
RFK and Trump.
Okay.
Now I don't know. RFK probably could get my vote, possibly.
I like he's progressive, but he's got conservative values.
But that's why all these guys, all these like third-party potential candidates, they all take from Trump before they take from Biden, in my opinion. So I mean, yeah, that'd be the only issue. I don't see a way mathematically that there's a Republican that wins this.
They're going to kill the Democratic Party because
Trump gonna win. What are you talking about?
RFK won't drop out. Biden will try to stick his nose in now.
They're not gonna back RFK, so he ain't gonna have nothing.
That's exactly why he's gonna get more pushback.
And he might run third party though. I think I've heard him talk about that.
Yeah, but that part ain't gonna win nothing.
Same reason why Trump won in 2016 is because they're doing the same thing they did to RFK to Trump, and then he fucked his own party, and then they had to support him. You're not going to support Kennedy?
No.
You're not going to support a Kennedy, one of the most beloved families in America? Come on, man. Listen.
No, I don't think they're going to.
There was fucking bitches, and people knew about it. They didn't care.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. I think if Trump ends up not running, I think Michelle Obama's interesting. I think Gavin Newsom would be in contention before.
You don't vote for Gavin Newsom, Lord.
Brother, listen, I voted every year.
Who I'm going to vote for. I'm saying as the Republican. I mean, from the Democratic Party perspective, I think there's
worse than Biden, to be honest.
RFK, I think through his campaigning has appealed more to people that are to the right. So if the opportunity comes, which I think is possible, that Biden's not going to be the candidate, I think he's actually done damage to his claim by going on all these podcasts and stuff like that and appealing to right-leaning voters, which I think is, I personally think it's fine, but I think if you expect to become the nominee, I think that's going to work against him.
Well, this is what I'm saying. He's done on a lot more Democrat left-leaning stuff now. He's done a lot of right-leaning podcasts now. He's going on more Democratic stuff now to get that vote. That's why he wouldn't do the shit with Patrick and David.
I didn't know he refused.
The debate show. He wouldn't. Chris Fink was doing one too. He wouldn't do it because it's more Republican people. He's trying to get the Democratic Party, what he said. So I do see your point there, but I think what's going to happen is he's going to be so anti-establishment that people are going to appease to that because they're going to see how establishment the Democratic Party is right now.
Yeah.
Because right now there's a pecking order. You know what I'm saying? Hillary missed her shot. They're like, listen, we gave you a shot. People don't like you. Fuck off. Now it's time for these young bucks to come in.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got the Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I think he's gaining momentum.
You got the Tulsi Gabbard, even though she's a Republican. I mean, I don't know the bitches on the left, but there's a couple bitches over there. There's a couple dudes over there that are making noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, and like Obama, what we said earlier, he came out of nowhere. Now, I think that in this case, because there's a incumbent Democratic president and it's on the hush-hush, they'll probably look for somebody, if they do end up not going by somebody that's a little bit more established. I hope it's not Kamala Harris. I think that's a possibility.
No, it's not a possibility because everybody hates her and she's a cunt.
Yeah.
That bitch can't even fucking speak.
Or Michelle.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, I would prefer either of them as representatives, but they wouldn't even be my first choice, ideally. But I think realistically,
no way.
RFK and Trump, 2024, best man wins. Throw the most blows, knock each other out. No one gives a fuck.
No, I think it would. In that case, it needs to at least be a triple threat. Biden's got to get in there, man.
You want Biden in there?
Big man.
Biden ain't gonna make it.
Listen, brother.
The big man.
Getting Biden in that ring, right? It's like watching Robbie Lawler just beat the shit out of that man hopelessly. You know what I'm saying? Like it just be ugly.
When he steps in between the ropes and trips.
Bro,
I didn't see it there.
It's what is it like? It's like Tyson Fury fighting fucking.
Okay, I don't think I know. I'm not gonna say Trump or fucking RFK or Tyson Fury in any way.
Brother, Biden is Holyfield, and them boys are Mike Tyson. They're putting him to sleep.
Yeah.
They're putting him to sleep, brother. Third round.
Hey, by the way, did you see the shit that Enes Cantor said?
About what?
About the WNBA.
I don't pay attention.
Yeah, he should do that too. I see the title.
Yeah, he said he might go to the WNBA and drop 70 a game.
He should.
He said he's thought about it.
You like that? Okay. You like that shit.
Just to prove a point. Nobody's gonna take him though. They won't take him because they'll know what he's doing.
They like to win. What do you mean they won't take him?
Nobody's gonna take him.
He said Brittany Griner couldn't stop him.
No team is
gonna take him. Brittany Griner can't stop high school basketball players, if we're being real.
Joe can't. But
yeah,
no, they won't. They'll know what's going on, so they wouldn't take him.
I guarantee you, Brittany Griner plays one game
Thank God for that.
Doesn't get a single fucking dunk.
Kent Loki sounds a little sad about it. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make that transition.
I want him to do it, please.
Let's see right here. How dominate the WNBA. I remember being like,
I need to do it.
I remember playing against like my younger siblings, get out there playing basketball against them, and you feel like the fucking man out there. Like, goddamn, I am fucking LeBron James. Since I'm blackballed from the NBA, should I put on a wig, identify as a woman, and start dominating the WNBA? is that when the outrage will begin? Is that fair to all the women who spent their whole lives chasing their goal?
This man is wanted in other countries, and he's sitting.
Where wouldn't that be wild to be like, I want to draw attention to women's like plight, so I'm going to join their sport and dominate them.
As I'm fleeing Turkey.
As I'm fleeing Turkey, yeah, as a political prisoner.
He's here now.
What was that?
He's already fled Turkey. He's here now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But nigga, you stirring up shit. We gonna send your ass back.
Oh, and that shit doesn't end. Have you seen the end of Hostel? What the fuck?
No.
Was in his kitchen.
Movies. Them Liam Neeson, but you gotta kill everybody or they keep coming.
Bro, yeah, they know how to fucking hop on a flight. Believe that.
Yeah, like they got visas. American visas.
We were just talking about, bro. Our president was a spy. We were just talking about it.
He was a fucking presidential plan.
Our first gay trans
candidate,
spy president. God bless America.
He was.
And he's black. And he's black. My bad. I forgot about that because all the other first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just fooling around. Just
check all those boxes.
Well, he definitely checks many a box.
He loves all those boxes.
Let's see what else we got. Yeah, he was just basically talking shit. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to ban me? Why is he banned from the NBA?
He's not getting back in the NBA now. I hope he knows that.
Is it just because he's not that good?
I mean, he's good.
Is he good though?
Or they just banned him with all the LeBron stuff going about talking about China and all that stuff. That's why he ain't getting back.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember the China stuff now.
No, is he wrong though?
Oh, did you see what's his name? What's your boy name? Play with LeBron them? White
dude play with LeBron.
Birdman? No, play with LeBron. Play with
Birdman
playing. No, play with the Lakers right now. The dude. Yeah, all three's got a team.
You know what?
China.
All three's got his own team.
Yeah, he's signed with Chinese company.
A Chinese company signed up with.
Is it the same one you was talking about?
I mean, no, but it's a different company.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of got like 5 or 6 different companies over there. And the one Dwayne Wade is under, it's just like Nike and Jordan. Jordan brand. Nike make them, but it's Jordan brand.
I believe the government of China owns all the businesses in China.
Probably do.
Yeah. We check that
out. They ain't about that capitalism over there. You know what I'm saying?
The
government capitalism.
China. That's why they can shut that shit down with the NBA. You don't fucking operate around this motherfucker. State-owned enterprises accounted for over 60% of China's market capitalization in 2019 and generated 40% of China's GDP. Interesting. Yeah. Are all companies in China state-owned? In fact, 71% of China's Fortune 500 companies are state-owned. State ownership is most common in China's strategic sectors such as energy, telecommunications, and banking. Over 150,000 SOEs dominate China's economy. 98 of these SOEs. What was that? There you go.
My bad. Go ahead.
Well, our own. It just says at the end, 98 of these SOEs are owned by the government.
I don't know what video this is, but they got up out of there.
Oh, I honestly don't even think that video's for this.
I know.
Oh, okay. It sounds like it's worth watching though. Oh, Godzilla attack downtown Los Angeles. Well, this is the thing. I put this on Twitter earlier, man. I feel like you can't get on the internet without being prepared to you probably will see somebody die while you're on the internet. Like at any point. Am I alone on that?
Say that again.
My bad, Deuce. You're muted, brother. I said, oh, you might have wanted that. My bad. No, I honestly don't even remember what the fuck I just said. Let's get into this Michael Oher situation. Oh, I was talking about people dying on the internet. That's what it was.
I like people dying on the internet. People dying on the internet makes me happy.
When I get on the internet, it's like at this point I have to accept that it's almost more than likely that I'll see somebody die while being on the internet. Is that the same for you?
Do you remember the video I sent with the guy who shot his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend and then shot himself? Remember that video?
That also is probably part of the reason that my algorithm's fucked up because it's psycho. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that probably did it, brother. That probably did it. I got
and Bills, man.
Twitter accounts I follow. One's called like morbid content. It's
dude, come nuts. On. Yeah, no, but Bills will put me on to some crazy shit as well. He'll be like, "Oh, hey, this is a gang shootout in fucking El Salvador. Fucking this whole street gets flooded with bullets. I mean,
banging on breakfast,
literally." But here's this Michael Oher situation. Really been excited to discuss this because it's so just all right. Let me make sure we were good.
Somebody lied.
Yeah, somebody lied to somebody. So the headline: retired NFL star Michael Oher says Memphis family story of his adoption is a lie. I am disheartened by the revelation shared in the lawsuit. So, and then underneath that it says the subject of The Blind Side claims Sean and Leanne Toohey. Damn, they're lucky their name's hard to fucking say. They might be able to move around a little bit. Used his name and image to make millions while he got nothing according to court records.
Thule, brother. Thule, like the Thule.
Thule. Okay, got you. Memphis, Tennessee. Retired NFL star is claiming his adoption by a wealthy white Memphis family is a lie, according to a petition filed in Shelby County probate court. In the adoption and Oher's rise out of poverty into the NFL, we're told in the 2009 move. God damn, who wrote this? The Blind Side, starring
5-year-old wrote that shit, bro.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was like, move. What are we even saying? The Blind
dyslexic.
Smoke some of that good gas. I was telling you about that, brother. The Blind Side.
We're seeing 5 eyes.
Starring Sandra Bullock. He went on to play for Ole Miss Rebels, then the Baltimore Ravens, Carolina Panthers, and the Tennessee Titans. The petition alleges Sean and Leanne
they bounced him around like a whore, right? Jesus.
Never adopted and tricked him into signing documents that made him his conservators. God, it's so fucked. But this is ABC. Giving them legal authority over his business dealings. ABC 24 can confirm there was a petition of conservatorship filed by the Thules for Oher in December 7th, 2004, or just turned 18 that May. Damn, so he was already adult when they found him.
They did that after he turned 18, but he was living with him when he was in high school.
Okay. Sure he wasn't an 18-year-old in high school? Just fucking kids up? No shame in that.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Oher has said in his 2011 memoir, honestly, I Beat the Odds. What was that?
Honestly, bro, if this is all true, they're gonna go to prison for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
they're fucked.
I find it hard to believe that they gave him no money. Like that just is like, what the fuck have you been doing this whole time? Not getting any money for that. They tell you don't make any money from movies until 20 years after they've been out, and he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, here's $1 million, buddy. After it's grossed like $500 million, it's fucking crazy.
He said nothing.
Yeah, he got nothing. They didn't even give him a fucking crumb.
Yeah, that's crazy. They
did him like Michael Jackson. No, they did him worse. They did him like Britney.
He had so much money coming in from football. He's like, I don't even give a fuck. I'll figure it out whenever it happens. Now he's looking at it like, oh, I need that.
He just figured out he wasn't adopted this year.
Yeah, imagine that. I guess that to give him the benefit of the doubt here, to be honest. Thinking you were adopted by this family that looked out and then finding out they actually never adopted you, you might end up being like, yeah, actually, I need that. I need that money that I was overlooking, the millions of dollars.
Well, when you realize that
who
the
wouldn't want
relationship
millions
was
of
based
dollars?
off financial, was all financial. You know, they saw a big ass kid, athletic. They're like, oh, we can definitely make some money off him. You know, I mean, it probably didn't start off that way, but it definitely finished that way.
I feel like he must have not known there was very much money made. I don't. That's the only thing I.
No, they had him sign
Holy
that
shit.
at 18 when he was in high school, when he was
No,
like a
but-
big time prospect. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying?
why was he cool to this point with not getting any money from the Blind Side movie?
I feel like somebody would have said something. Maybe he's going broke, or maybe somebody finally said something to him. Something had to have happened.
Can you imagine? Do you ever get any money for that? God, matter of fact, no. Matter of fact, no, I didn't get any money for that.
He just found out this year that he wasn't adopted by them.
His agent is trash, or his agent was in on it. One of the two.
Trash. He should be too.
Yeah, he's his accountant, whatever. But it's like, yeah, he should fucking know. That's a little crazy. But like I said, I give him the grace. Maybe he just had so much.
He should have known when he didn't sign a contract for the fucking movie.
So they signed it for him, even though he's a grown ass man.
Maybe he
Brother,
did.
You did a whole movie, gave him your whole story, and you didn't sign a single contract. That should have given you a red flag.
Yeah, he was in one of those fucking Britney Spears deals.
Oh, that 360, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that 360 till you die, bitch.
I own you like property. You are a new slave.
And he's kind of like he's following the same playbook a little bit. You got to get like the public involved to apply public pressure, so it fucks up everything else for the people. And then you can hop on Instagram and fucking pull your panties, right? Yeah, never mind. I don't need to get graphic.
Pull panties to the side.
Said he gave his rights away to 20th Century Fox, the movie rights or something.
Oh, nice.
If you go back up a little bit.
AJ the Spades, how's it going? Nice to see you. We're talking about the Blind Side. The Blind Side stuff, where the guy thought he was adopted. They made a movie about him being adopted and being saved by the gracious Taco Bell owners. And it turns out that he signed conservatorship papers and they just have rights to his likeness and everything he ever does. So he was a little heartbroken by that, understandably, and now he is suing them. This article should have their response in it. I wanted to see. Because thankfully, I saw this the other day. We didn't get to talk about it on the podcast. And then I saw that they actually responded. And I was like, oh, well, it's a blessing anyways, because now we get to see what they have to say.
They responded in some goofy shit, too.
Let's see.
It's all a lie. Not that much.
Okay. Damn. So let's just go from the top then real quick. Michael Oher, the NFL veteran whose life inspired the movie Blind Side, who is suing his conservators, Sean and Leanne Tui, is now being accused of reportedly attempting to shake down the couple for $15 million. I mean, honestly, that might be about fair for his cut from the movie, because I know the movie did really well. The couple's attorney, Martin D. Singer, released a scathing statement about Oher's petition, which the football star filed Monday in Tennessee probate court, alleging that the couple had tricked him into a conservatorship and withheld revenue from the 2009 film that earned Sandra Bullock a Best Actress Oscar. I'm seeing people like on Twitter and shit like that saying she needs to give that Oscar back too.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots. I would never give it back.
I feel like
why give it back? She didn't know it was a lie.
And I mean, she acted her ass off. She really, I mean, the movie actually, we should go back. We should do a live filming and rewatch that movie, because her performance is so great that if you watch it back now, you get to actually like have the Michael Oher experience. You feel what I'm saying? So you get to actually believe that this lady cares and that she's taking care of you. You get to see the paperwork and you get to see it from Michael Oher's perspective and see like, oh, wow, this lady is actually full of shit now. The veil has been lifted. So honestly, I think this gives it more rewatchability. And she really just transformed into that character. Let's see.
I agree. I think it's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
To go back and watch it again now, knowing everything. I mean, that movie really painted that family in a good light. So now this is like really just like
oh yeah, they were
saying black mark.
They were saints, but let's be clear though, in the movie, this motherfucker Michael Oher literally reached his arm out and saved their child. He was about to go flying out the window like a sack of potatoes, and he reached his arm over there and stopped him with with pure force. That's when you knew he was D1.
That's when you knew he can move mountains.
He didn't play that long in the league, did he? How long he played?
Hell yeah, he
bounced around like a fucking Russian whore. What do you mean?
You can't hop on the pod and defend fucking Kwame Brown talking about he's not a bust and fucking throw smut on this man's name.
I didn't throw smut on his name. I just said he didn't play that long. How long did he play?
This man made the league out of beat. He beat all odds to make the league.
I didn't say he was good. I didn't say he was bad. I just asked how long he played.
You say he didn't play in the league long. Are you trying to say he's good?
No, I'm just asking how long he played. Simple as that, sir.
All right.
Just like you take everything for what it is, take that for what it is, cuz.
Hey man, let's look.
It wasn't a slight. It wasn't a slight, is what you're saying.
No, it wasn't.
Even though we know you slight all the fucking time.
Oh, cool.
All right,
so 3 years in the league, though. Sorry, no.
He played 2009 to 2016, so 7 years. Yeah, less than Kwame.
Less than Kwame.
Still not a bust. Kwame Brown.
Well, NFL stands for not for long, so I mean.
Yeah, in his position, lineman. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, one bad running back, and there goes your career, right into the back of your knees.
Yeah, literally.
Fucking bastard.
The former Baltimore Ravens and Carolina Panthers tackle alleged in his filing. By the way, this is the former Baltimore Ravens and Carolina Panthers tackle. That's a cheat code when you are like freelancing for a company and you have to have a certain amount of characters in your article. They're bullshit with that, and I see that. Alleged in his filing that he gave the rights to his story away to 20th Century Fox in 2007 without any payment whatsoever, in that he was missing profits from John Lee Hancock's 2009 film. Unnecessary. Once again, that's the character thing happening, which grossed $309 million at the worldwide box office. Meanwhile, some people have called on Bullock, whose Spitfire turn as Leanne Tui in the film earned her an Academy Award to give her Oscar back.
Doesn't matter. Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, is the giving the Oscar back? Is that going to adopt Michael Oher? You know what I'm saying?
Pay him $50 million.
Is the Oscar going to adopt Michael Oher? Maybe the Oscar could be Michael Oher's daddy.
His name on there too.
Oscar Oher. Oh, great. Let's see. Anyone with a modicum of common sense can see that the outlandish claims made by Michael Oher about the Tui family are hurtful and absurd. Singer said Wednesday in a statement. Yeah, he's like, this man is a liar. The idea that the Tuis have ever sought to profit off Mr. Oher is not only offensive, it is transparently ridiculous. Somebody was profiting, though. That's the thing. Like, let's be honest. Somebody got paid for that. 20th Century Fox, they need to come out. If there needs to be pressure on anybody, forget Sandra Bullock. 20th Century Fox needs to say, yeah, it was them. We signed the paperwork with them. We gave the money to them. I don't know what happened with it after that.
Yeah,
somebody got it.
I'm saying clear my name straight up.
Yeah, 100%. So,
yeah, I don't even give a fuck about the other motherfuckers, but me, yeah, I need my name out of that headline. So, Tuies, yeah, fuck them.
The idea that the Tuies ever sought to through hard work and good fortune, Sean and Leanne have made an extraordinary amount of money in the restaurant business. The notion that a couple worth hundreds of millions of dollars, damn, okay, flex, would connive to withhold a few $1,000s in profit. Participation payments. Yeah, what did you sell these rights for? Damn. You might as well just held on to the rights yourself. Made a little story in the backyard.
That rich though? Were they rich? Like rich before he met them?
Yeah. Or, where'd the 100 M's come from? Probably from the fucking Blind Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't, bro. Full of shit. That doesn't even make sense.
In the movie, they like owned Taco Bells. So I mean, I'm sure you can make a little money off of Taco Bell. Don't get me wrong.
They might have some money. That's my question. I didn't know they owned Taco Bell.
Brother, 100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars though.
Bro, like they're not famous. Like, so no way. I don't believe that. Like, you would know the $100 million people.
No, not hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean,
that's what they said.
That money and invested it somewhere and made more money.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, I don't give a fuck if they sold drugs. They
or did they fucking find some fucking 6'8" fucking mammoth off the street, teach him how to play left tackle, and then fucking sell the rights to his fucking movie, and then that maybe is how they made a couple fucking $100 M's.
Bro, yeah, you're not
They'll
making
$100 M's off of, like they'll make
off restaurants. Fuck no, they're not making $100 M's off of no restaurants, bro.
Well, and also maybe they don't
off the blind side.
Okay, maybe they don't make it. Well, no, maybe it's not 100 M's, but it might be fucking 80 M's.
That's more so my point. Okay, they made. Let's say they made 50 million, 20 million,
thousands of dollars.
At the end of the day, invest the money to make more money, which will give them the 100 mil.
That lawyer played himself.
But if they profited off of The Blind Side and then Michael Oher has not, then that's fucked. It's his life.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I agree. I'm just saying.
This lady Leanne thinks that movie was about her. I guess I don't know.
Whatever money they got it from The Blind Side.
I mean, look. At the same time, though, Sandra Bullock is the one that won the Oscar. To be clear.
Yeah.
So, I guess Leanne could make a little argument. So, like, people came to see me. Motherfucker, like, what are you talking about? People came to see me adopt you off the street. They don't give a shit about you playing left tackle.
Another great point. Why the fuck didn't like Marcus Spears or someone play Michael Oher? Why did this fucking buffoon play him and then we get Sandra Bullock to play the mother? That's fucking nuts. Yeah, the story was about him, and you got some fucking no name you grabbed off the street. Like, this man was homeless when they brought him in. You did the same thing with the actor that you used.
They went and got an actual homeless man to play him.
He was homeless for real?
No, I'm playing.
Bro, he looked like he went 20 rounds with Mike Tyson when they put that movie on. I'm like, Jesus Christ, could they have picked an uglier dude?
Damn, I will say that the character who played him was, everybody else was top notch, but he was a little off.
Bro, they really tried to make that man look dingy and bummy.
He's playing a person that is fucked up off the street. He, like, you thought he was supposed to come in there and just be like cool and chill. He's like, my mother doesn't want me. I was sleeping in the fucking park. Like, yeah, he did what he was supposed to do.
They got this big fucking sloppy fucking actor to come in there and act like he's playing left tackle. When you look at Michael Oher in real life, he's
you wanted Morris Chestnut to come in there, be shredded with an 8-pack, playing fucking left tackle
with a goatee. The guy who played Biggie Smalls, brother, would have been more realistic.
Okay, well, hey, look. At the end of the day,
at least that motherfucker could act. How many fucking lines did that dude have? I think I can't remember him talking more than 20 times.
I think there's a real easy fix. I think it's a really easy fix for everybody. I think just make it Blindside. Just the studio, whoever owns it now, just throw a semicolon after Blindside and then put the Leanne Tui story. There you go. Fucking got it.
The family store, the Tui family store.
That gets a little tricky. That gets a little tricky.
Well, no, then he's liable. That opens up for them being sued.
Yeah, I mean, was it about him? Yes or no? I mean, I guess you're right. He's not a part of the family. To his dismay.
To his dismay, to his fucking benefit. Apparently, they were scumbags.
Shit, he's trying to. Yeah, they got 100 M's that they're trying not to split with him when they pass. They want the guy. He saved their fucking kid's life. What the fuck does that mean?
Motherfucker fly out the window at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, it might have been a little different. Maybe they would have been in the fucking market for a son.
Actually, I'll say this. Michael Oher's actor was bad, but the son's actor was even worse.
Yeah, that was the worst I've ever seen.
They put that little squirrel motherfucker as the son.
Yeah, he was terrible.
That is crazy.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
What are you doing?
Imagine.
I'm like, yeah, he does look like he would fly out the window. 100%.
Yeah. Imagine they make a story about your life and you get told that's who's playing you, bro. I'm talking about
if I was Michael Oher, I would say I'm playing myself. And I'm like,
in this film. I'll be playing myself.
Because you're not gonna make me look like some ugly bastard that ain't handsome. You know what I mean? Like they picked the ugliest motherfucker they could find. It's like when they were making the movie Precious, right? Let's just go find the biggest, blackest, ugliest fucking girl we can find to play this role. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so down here, this looks like Okay, so it looks like it might make a little bit more sense. So some of this is like them saying like we sent him checks. He was like, "Fuck y'all, this isn't. These numbers aren't looking right. Send me the right check and I'll cash it." I love that.
Well, he
Let me read
should
it. I'll
give his
read it.
financial manager a raise because that motherfucker knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, Michael? We're just gonna hold on to these for the lawsuit. But
Yeah, we'll literally never cash these and sue them later.
We'll take him. We'll take him for everything, buddy. You don't need
for
the
double
money
the
right now.
profits. We'll wait till 20th Century Fox drops the new X-Men, and then we'll come back and see what the bank account looks like. Let's see what
ESPN's about to go bankrupt.
Spider-Man
Spend a lot of
12.
money. We'll catch him at a stronghold.
Okay, that's why you gotta let me do the superhero fucking references. Spider-Man is not fucking Fox. Jesus Christ.
I don't care who it is. They done dropped too many of them off.
Spider-Man Sony.
Sony,
But
brother.
yeah, but it's all good.
My son loves those games, by the way. He loves Sony.
Oh, dude.
Spider-Man and shit.
Yeah. Spider-Man games are fire.
DJ.
Yeah. Spider-Man games are definitely fire.
Yep.
You're just sitting in a dark ass room right now? Is that real?
Nah, brother, I'm over here with my boys, kind of just hanging out, you know.
Hey, man, they're very well behaved. Let's see.
The trenches, brother. I'm in the trenches.
In reality, the Tuohys opened their home to Mr. Oher, offered him structure, support, and most of all, unconditional love. Singer statement
offered him structure.
I love how he's saying that for them. This man was nowhere to be around, I'm sure.
They were making 100 M's. They weren't home. You're not making 100 M's and you're offering structure. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you might be able to offer some structure.
You just might yeah, it's called sending your ass to a private school, like they sent him.
Yeah, like they did.
And them badass kids.
Yeah. They have consistently treated him like a son and one of their 3 children. His response was to threaten them, including saying that he would plant a negative story about them in the press unless they paid him $15 million.
This lawyer's good.
He's fucking killing it. Singer said that
reminds me of Harvey Specter.
No, I mean he's taking him to the clean. Reminds me of fucking Saul Goodman. Singer said that
the Lincoln lawyer.
When is that the Lincoln lawyer that you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
I haven't watched the rest of that.
Yeah, I watched the Matthew McConaughey movie, which was great.
The movie is great. I don't know if the show is gonna hold up to it. The guy's pretty good though.
The show is good. The show is good so far.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie? Because if you saw the movie, you know Matthew McConaughey put on a fucking virtuoso in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Clinic.
He should have hit the trifecta: an Oscar, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award.
He might have. Yeah, the Lincoln Lawyer. It's called the Lincoln Lawyer.
The movie is
called
black
fucking Cadillac. Yeah. That black Cadillac fucking riding around, boy.
Man, pulling up, picking up criminals, getting them off legally. Pause.
What you need? Okay, you can give me this. All right, give me the rest on this date. I got you. Oh, you got to pay off the big guy.
No,
that's Joe Biden style.
Yeah, no, he was he was happy to take a little bit up front and front you for the time being. He was good for that.
That motherfucker was a hustler, boy.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler, baby.
I just want you to know.
That's just like being in the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? He just like being in the trenches.
Yeah.
Cases. He didn't give a fuck about the money. The money was just extra.
Man, hey, let's get on some fictional lawyer talk real quick. Fucking Saul Goodman though, it kind of was shitting on him at the end of the day. Really went the extra mile for his clients. Like would devise. This is from Better Call Saul in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Okay, watch it. You have no idea. Like honestly, I can't take your opinions on life seriously. If you haven't watched,
it looked stupid to me.
It's definitely not stupid. It's fire.
Walking Dead, didn't it?
I don't remember. I stopped watching the Walking Dead when I became a fully functioning adult. I started watching Breaking Bad like a normal fucking person. Yeah, so that's what you need to do, brother. Catch up.
No, that Walking Dead was the fire till they killed my dog Carl.
Well, brother, you gotta go ahead. You gotta go ahead and get with that Game of Thrones, brother. If you like people dying, then
also Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was fire, but most of the time they didn't use lawyers in Game of Thrones. Usually they would defend themselves, and usually by combat.
Well, brother, by combat, brother. That's the best way. That's the best way you can. Your fucking sword.
Isn't that hilarious?
Winning mess. I don't see that mess.
You can be completely guilty and fight with a sword and win, and then you're completely innocent now. Everybody forgets what happened.
Well, it's because the higher power was on your side. and he decided. Whether you did it or not is irrelevant.
The Lord of Light.
500 years ago.
Yeah.
You see, they dropped the Snow trailer.
No, they what?
Yeah,
they dropped the Zero trailer.
Brother, we need to go ahead and watch that. What the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah, brother, go ahead and pull that up on here.
Fuck Michael Oher, man. Get your money. Why were you? Well, no, we got. Let's finish this real quick.
Yeah, Michael, we're gonna give us our closing thoughts on you, Michael.
And because we're getting into the lawyers' comments, I want to finish these real quick. But yeah, definitely. You said Jon Snow trailer.
Yeah, Jon Snow trailer. Sandra Bullock, you're a pussy.
Okay. Yeah.
Why are you mad at Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, why are you mad at Sandy for?
Because she played whatever Tui, whatever her fuck ass name is, and she's a cunt in real life, so that makes her a cunt for playing the cunt.
Yeah.
And then the son, the kid, and the daughter. The daughter should have let Michael blow the doomies in. The mother probably should have too. The father's a pussy. The son probably should have flew out the window. And he needs to get paid because
he's just talking about Game of Thrones now. Now he's literally just trying. He's weaving Game of Thrones into whatever he's talking about.
Yes, brother. The beheading needs to start like fucking Eddard Stark.
Well, and the fly out the window. I'm like, he's literally now so focused on Game of Thrones he can't even help it.
Brother, I'm literally talking about little what's his name? Fucking the all-seeing eye guy. What the fuck is his name?
Fucking
Bran the Seer.
The fucking pussy of the series that pissed me off. I actually defended him quite a bit, and then when what happened at the end happened, fucking unacceptable ending.
When it happened at the end, I was hoping Arya was gonna slit his throat and be like, "Jon Snow, you can't fuck you."
Obviously, she wasn't gonna kill her own brother. What the fuck? That's nuts.
I mean, if you'd have given her the right reason, I think she would have did it. She would have pulled that trigger.
There was a lot of like disassociation from like
with the Snow family for that point, like they weren't fucking with each other.
Well, not Snow family.
Where the fuck were you pussies? Where were you pussies at? You know, like
no, a lot of them died. You know what I mean? Like Robb Stark. Anyways, he died.
He was my favorite too. That was such bullshit, bro. I was like, they're gonna kill this dude. I knew it.
Going into battle and they couldn't even fuck with him. You remember that?
Bro, that's
the Lannisters are like
to stab him in the back like pussies. I won't lie though. I fuck with that story. Even though he died young, his wife died miserably and horribly. So does his child.
Oh my god! Like basically the worst way one could die, right?
But I didn't mind it because I was like, damn, you know what? Like he went out on his fucking sword. Now I wish he would have fought back a little bit, but
I bet you he would have rathered his wife and child not die. And mom.
Well, he shouldn't have had him there in the first place, but you know that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I bet he would have rathered that went different.
Didn't the mother come back dead or something?
In the books. In the book she did. Yeah. She came back and she was actually like the Brotherhood of Light. That was like her shit.
No shit. You know what? I'm trying to figure out how she's gonna tie in to the
Snow shit?
The new series. No, the other series.
They might tie her in with the Snow stuff because remember they had a really weird relationship.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, that's what I'm saying though. They're gonna have to tie in her lineage, the Hightower lineage, because she talks about her great grandfather in the Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, like this bitch obviously talked about them, and then you're seeing that what's happening with them in that new series. So I'm like, you definitely have to like put some correlation there. You know what I mean? Because and then the granddaughter.
She's not a Hightower though.
Like her.
She's a Tully.
Oh, okay. But I thought like they mixed or something. Like the Hightowers and the Tullys, like they had a like.
You might be right. There's a lot of that shit.
Yeah, like they the marriages
get funky.
Yeah, no, they get freaky is what happens.
Oh man, sometimes they beat you like basically your sibling.
Oh yeah, if you're a Targaryen, that's what we do.
That's par for the course. That's Tiger Woods.
Oh brother, gotta look like your sister. You know?
Oh man, yeah, just duplicates.
Your sister is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? You
literally just duplicates.
Keep the gene strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure it did do that. Sort of.
Must be talking about Game of Thrones again.
No, still Game of Thrones. We were waiting on you to come back, brother. I didn't want to lose you.
Yeah, we were just talking that Game of Thrones talk. You know what I'm saying? What's that series even called again? Like Dragon's Breath or some shit?
No. Dance of the Dragons.
Dance. There it is.
Watch this if you're under 31 years old.
You said what?
It's called Watch This if you're under 31 years old.
No, that's foolish.
Actually, a lot of older people told me to watch that. So it's interesting. You know,
man, both my parents watched that. Damn near everybody in fucking America watched that, and outside of
it's a great TV series, man. Yeah. And you got to think if you watch a lot of award shows and you see like this one show is winning fucking everything, you're gonna be like, all right, I need to watch that.
and I think it's not all the time that a series comes through. It's not like every year there's some show that's like, oh, this is a show that everybody should watch. But you have like Sopranos is probably a show everybody should have seen at some point. You ain't seen it.
The Godfather.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about TV shows when they come out. But yeah, no, Godfather
like
for sure.
Suits is fire. I don't give a fuck with
Fuck no one Suits. Oh my god, Suits is a show everybody should watch. Holy shit!
Suits right now.
I did not expect you to go there.
Off the air for 4 years.
You fucking Meghan Markle loving mother. Like, get out of here, bro.
I honestly, she's like, I hate her in the show. I'm like, she's the reason why they canceled the show. I'm like, and she was not even that good. I'm like, she was dog shit. My dog Mike, killer. Cold-blooded killer, but Harvey Specter, that's my guy. No,
I'll check it out. But it's like to put that in the same conversation as Game of Thrones. You sound crazy right now.
Watch TV show in the world right now.
Okay,
it's literally watched more now on Netflix than it ever was on TV.
Okay,
and it was on TV for years.
Bro. Is it canceled now? Does it not even come out?
They stopped.
Westworld.
I just watched
facts. No, it just dropped. Right. Westworld. Now, the last like 2 seasons of Westworld, I didn't love, but the first 2 seasons, if I'm remembering right, amazing.
Okay. No,
also, by the way, Watchmen. It was only one season, but that was great.
That was all right too. I'll say the.
You said Suits. Really, you
Witcher.
You need to just.
Well, bro, I'm diverse. Save it. I'm not just with the sci-fi. I gotta diverse it up.
But Suits is fucking stupid, man.
Chicago PD is good. Suits is good.
Oh my god, Chicago PD! What do you watch? Like you're watching CBS and fucking USA Network? Really?
Bro, I don't really watch a lot of TV, but I watch some good TV shows.
Like, what I do, I watch CBS and USA Network.
Nah, bro, I just watch shit.
Also, I would say Psych is one of the greatest shows of all time.
Psych is not a good show.
Psych was fire. Stop it. Psych was fire.
Monk was good. Monk was good. Psych was trash.
But this is like, so I'm not even really trying to
murder. That was good.
Oh my god, these are. That one.
How to Get Away with Murder was a good one. Yep.
Yeah, I never watched that, but I guess I can
Walking
give you.
Dead, the early was good.
Okay, well, hold up, Deuce.
The Blacklist.
Deuce, real quick.
The Blacklist was really good. That was great.
God, you guys fucking suck, dude.
Oh, did you watch that one with the tattoos where the lady had all the tattoos?
Oh my god. You guys are talking about the shittiest CBS and NBC.
That one was good. Yeah, the beginning of some of these shows fall off at the end, but all the ones I named are actually pretty good.
All that stuff.
No, we're talking about Game of Thrones, bro. We're talking about Game of Thrones, fucking Sopranos. So, like the original conversation, Westworld was a good one. Don't make me, brother. Let me hop in here, man. Let me hop in here. All right, I've been here in the fuckery. All right, look. I know you said, is it all sci-fi?
You're listing all sci-fi, bro.
Sopranos? Are you slow?
Brother, Sopranos was coming off the air when we were
Ray Gun. Don't forget Ray Gun.
Ray Gun.
Yeah, I'm saying because you're fucking slow. Because Sopranos, they're in New Jersey. They're literally.
Brother, you weren't even. Brother, Sopranos was fucking rated R. You weren't watching Sopranos as a child.
Brother, my parents watched Sopranos. I did see some Sopranos, but that's the whole point of the conversation that you're missing when you're mentioning fucking Suits and shit. It's like Suits can be okay, but the original conversation was every once in a while, and this is why I was on Kent's head about not seeing Breaking Bad. There's a series that comes out that is like transcendent, and it's at one point it was like this doesn't even make sense.
It was stupid.
Hold up. Let me finish.
Suits is such a great show. They came up with a spinoff.
All right, I got it. See, you're killing me right now. Look. See, that's why, because I didn't want to lose my train of thought. So you knew you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I got you, motherfucker. Yep, but Suits is the best show out right now.
You're like, filibuster.
Yep, I had to hit you with the ball.
Every once in a while, a great show.
He can't handle it. He can't handle it if I can get my word in. So it's like, yeah, that shit should never be allowed. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on your ass with the mute button now, bitch.
I was trying to save you, bro. I was trying to save you from the smoke. Nah, Suits is a great show. What else is a great show? Jag was a great show.
Okay, muted. Look, so yeah, he reminded me that Suits should not be fucking in the conversation with these shows that we're talking about that are like transcendent. So like The Wire, HBO put some of the best shit out, period. That's why Westworld was a great call out, because that's just Some of that stuff,
Bro,
it looks completely different than anything else on TV. And like I said, at one point, now I think TV has almost like surpassed movies. But at one point, there was the movies quality and production. It far out. Like when we were watching fucking like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for example, and they went into vampire face mode, it looked ridiculous. So it's like, I just have to commend how far TV shows have came, and it's very rare that a show comes out that is really transcendent like that. Motherfucker, Suits is trash. Please hop in here. Suits is trash, brother.
Hey, if
you talk great,
my bad. I was trying to make sure
you're watching Westworld and fucking. Bro, people haven't even seen that show like that. I'm talking about shows that people actually have seen and watched. Like I'm talking about the mass majority of population.
You're talking about basic ass
shows. Good show.
It doesn't speak to the artistic quality of the show, though. Just because a lot of people watch it.
Lovecraft Country is probably one of the best shows I've ever seen. They fucking canceled it after one.
I saw Barbie Noah, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm saying like Lovecraft Country was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, and it didn't get in the second season. So it's like that's all bias, I guess, and opinion based. But what I'm saying is like with Suits is right now. It's been streamed 14 billion times. It's one of the it hasn't been on air for 4 years. It's literally the most watched TV and show in the world right now.
Are you a fucking executive producer on the show?
Brother, I'm just telling you the numbers because I'm
trying to figure out.
I was watching the shit and
you've been looking at the spreadsheets. I'm trying to figure out when you got fucking called into the meetings for Suits.
Brother,
to defend fucking
they dropped the news article.
Meghan Markle.
I don't even like that bitch, honestly.
Yeah, okay. You're defending.
I like the show better when she's dead. I know she's not even on it through the whole season, through every season. She drops out of like episode 4, season 4 with Mike.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
great.
like
that's great. I'm happy about that.
And it's so it actually gets better when she leaves, in my opinion.
I'm not surprised, but either way, my point being is that it could be an okay show. I'm really not trying to say it's shitty, and I haven't seen it, so I really can't speak to it. So I don't want to sit here and even like. I'm joking.
This
but
dude is arguing with me, playing devil's advocate. He hasn't.
No, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm not playing devil's advocate.
Westworld, brother.
No, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I genuinely like. I have seen parts of Suits, and I don't think that it belongs in the conversation with like what we're talking about as like basically what would be like the top 10 best series over the last decade, like that kind of rare air.
You're thinking the story doesn't build is why. But if you actually
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe I need to lock in some more.
The story does build, and it literally once you get towards the later, like unfortunately I was able to see the last like 3 episodes with my parents the other day, and I didn't get there myself. But from what I saw, the story actually builds, and it kind of intrigued me. I'm like, damn, I thought like it does build, but I didn't think it was going to end the way it did.
Hey,
but it's pretty cool to show you.
Can I give you another one that I want you to say? Because I know we both have seen this, and we watched a lot of this together. No, Dexter.
Great show.
Okay, how would you compare Suits to Dexter? Because that's one of those, in my opinion, had motherfuckers actually getting Showtime. Nobody had.
I like Suits better because it's more clever.
Okay, well, hey man, I might have to check
out. I like Suits because it's like it's more about it's like problem solving and like being clever about how you problem solve, like finding loopholes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I like Dexter. Don't get me wrong, because it was just some weird shit. Like that was the first like murder show I watched. Like and was like actually into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was just intriguing to me. Like someone. You know, the whole storyline was just intriguing. It was just a weird show, but it was good in its weird way. You know,
Gates, have you seen any of these?
Gates over there smashing, boy.
This man got no culture.
Man over there try to share.
Talking about Dexter right now. You seen Dexter? Like I said,
some episodes.
Jesus. All right, dude. Whatever.
Some episodes.
Succession is much better. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
It's actually a good show. All right, no, Succession's a good show, but
check that out.
But it's not. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say Succession, but that definitely had a bigger budget than Suits did, in my opinion.
Does that matter? We're talking about the quality.
At first.
What are you talking about?
Well, because like what I'm saying is with Succession, all Succession is a movie that's broken up into 2 or 3, 4 or 5 seasons now.
4 or 5 seasons. Okay,
Bro,
please
it's
don't
like
make an
how they were
argument. It's
doing.
not a
It's what they
TV show.
did with the Lord of the Rings series.
Holy
dude.
shit!
It's the same shit with the Lord of the Rings series. It's literally a movie that they're like, you know,
You're
what, we're gonna
stretching,
break it
man.
up.
This is how shitty Suits is. Now I'm going back
Bro,
to Suits
Succession
is
is
shit.
the same format, dude. What do you mean?
You're trying to make an
Succession is
argument
the
that
same
Succession
format.
basically isn't a show. It's actually a movie that's just stretched out over 4
Bro,
or
if you
5
watch
seasons.
Succession, it's
I
literally
gotta
like
watch
a
it.
movie.
I gotta watch it.
Movie, dude.
I'm sure, but that's to speak to the quality. That's the whole original point I made is that we don't expect. That's why Game of Thrones is so incredible, because it's like to imagine a show of Game of Thrones quality, 20 years ago. Hell no, bro. What the fuck? You remember the shit that our parents were watching?
Was the show that allowed
CSI?
all these other shows
That was
to
big
come
budget.
out?
CSI.
No, bro, that's not big budget. CSI was cheap budget. Game of Thrones is literally millions of
That's
dollars.
my
They're
point.
paying movies type to do
Okay,
this
listen.
shit,
Okay, you are so thick-headed. That's what I'm saying.
Brother.
Listen, bro. Okay, hold up, real quick,
I
because you
know
don't
what you're
understand my point.
saying, and I hear your point. But what I'm saying is, is because of your point is what I'm saying, right? You're saying they put more money into it, more artistic value, all that other shit, right?
Yeah.
Because it was originally a fucking movie. The script was written for a movie. You know what I'm saying? It was not written for a TV show.
But in general, they do that now.
They decided to break those up. And Game of Thrones was the first TV show.
In general, they do that more now.
Well, yeah, because Game of Thrones fucking broke that barrier. Like, you know what? People will watch hour-long episodes for fucking shows. Hour and a half long episodes.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Okay.
Game of Thrones. No commercials.
Well, probably not, because we mentioned Sopranos. That was huge. That was on HBO. Same concept.
Hour and a half.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
people had,
and it wasn't written like a movie.
Hey, hold up, Noah. We're locked in. Euphoria. I can't fuck with that. One time I woke up in the middle of the night and my lady was watching that, and there was some dude beating his dick right into the camera. And I was like, oh, okay, look, how about we never put this on the fucking television again? You're fucking either way. Bad experience with that. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, though. High-fiving you through the screen. In my opinion, one of the best comedies of all time. So underrated. This last season that came out, I was shitty when it ended in 8. It's a comedy, so it's not for everybody if you guys, aren't into that. But they really push the limits. But the quality is that of like a Seinfeld or like any kind of like sitcom that's like, kind of does that kind of like episodic format, where it's like just a group of people and they come together to do whatever shenanigans that they do every week. So yeah, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm agreeing with you more than I can even say. That's super underrated. And comedic television, I think it's, what was that?
It was dumb.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Honestly, I'm convinced y'all have no take. Have you seen it for real?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It's cool. Because I feel that way about Suits, so I could understand you feeling that way about Always Sunny.
You haven't even seen it. You haven't even seen it, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Suits. I just think that it's very, like I said, exclusive territory to be put in the category with like a Game of Thrones or a Sopranos or The Wire and things like that nature. That's great.
I like Suits, bro. You just don't know you never know where the episode's gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
And I respect that. I haven't seen it, so I really can't. And I appreciate
you. Don't know, like,
yeah.
They switch it up for like how many episodes they're gonna tie into like one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they do a very good job of like mixing up like how they tie in every episode and shit like that. And like the episode from season 1. You know what I'm saying? They might have done something that comes back around and affects them in season 3, episode 8, and they end up getting fucked over for decisions.
Yeah, but
so it keeps it very realistic, dog. That's why I like it.
I hear you, but that's like I appreciate that. That's something to consider, but there's obviously way more to it. All the shows that we're talking about are going to have those kind of like long playing story arcs that come back around. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to do more for us than that. But I got to watch it, man. Maybe it's like really funny. Maybe there's characters that are really, relatable, and, maybe it gives really interesting insight to what are they even doing? Are they fucking trading stocks or something?
Well, they're corporate attorneys. Like that's the thing. They're just lawyers, bro. It's a great show, man. Basically, it's a law firm, big law firm in New York. Everybody that works at that law firm, like as a lawyer that works on a law firm, they have to go to Harvard.
Oh, they have to. Got it.
Yeah, and they have to be like top of their class at Harvard. You know what I'm saying? They only select Harvard grads. That's how the law firm is like, gets the name and everything, like the ambiance it gets. And they're just well-renowned lawyers. There's a lot of like espionage between everybody, and like there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on. And there's backstory to the show before you even really watch it. So it's cool that they show you like stuff that's supposed to be happened like 8-10 years in the past. So they do like flashbacks and shit. It's pretty dope, man. It's a well thought out show. I was very surprised because I was skeptical. At first. Like my dad was like, "Oh, you need to watch this." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that, fuck out of here. I'm not watching that shit. It looks stupid." Then I was just out back with them, and they turned it on anyway. So I was forced to watch it. And I was watching, and I'm like, "Damn, this shit is actually not bad." I'm like, "Just our perspective, dude. He's actually it's pretty cool." You know.
I feel like you said something similar though about what was it, like Jack Ryan or some shit like that. Don't you?
Jack Ryan's good. Jack Ryan's probably the best like government espionage, like what's that fucking show called? Like Designated Survivor, or like 24 kind of show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Designated Survivor.
Like where you got to find out espionage that's going on within like the government or foreign governments, all that shit. Jack Ryan is the best show for that because it's super realistic. Like the guy literally bases his storylines off real shit he thinks is happening in the world.
Tom Clancy shit.
No, so the last season I watched, right, it had to do with the Russia-Ukraine war.
Okay.
Dude, he literally made this shit so realistic. I'm like, damn, is that really what happened?
Did they get Putin?
Listen, it humanized Putin for me because this dude basically showed America.
Hold up, this was propaganda?
Bro, it was crazy.
This was Russian propaganda?
About this. He talked about it on Joe Rogan's podcast too. And he literally, because I didn't know what he was talking about when he was talking to Joe about it, but when I watched it, I'm like, damn.
The actor?
The author. The writer.
Gotcha.
The writer.
Gotcha.
But he basically talks about it on Joe Rogan's podcast. You really don't understand it because you haven't seen the new season yet. But when he goes into it, he's basically like, it basically has to do with Russia, Ukraine. He basically shows that there could be people on both sides that are trying to push for a war because they benefit from it, and that the actual leaders don't want the war, right? So that's like the basic gist of everything. And it's just great how they tie everything in. Like they keep it very realistic, bro. And it's kind of crazy, you know. I think something like that can happen, you know.
Hey, by the way, before we move on from TV, I wanted to ask because I think I slightly got to speak with you about this, and I'm wondering Noah might have been on the same page because he's been tapped in on a lot of the same stuff that I've seen. So Twisted Metal, have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I have not. I've heard about it though.
Could you play the game?
It's a game?
Oh, fucking! What's going on, dude?
I might have played it, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes. Okay. So it was a game back in the day where you like basically.
I remember the game back in the day.
Yeah, it was a card deathmatch game. So there would be like 8 of you on the course or whatever, and you would go blow each other up. But
I did play that back in the day. Yes, with the fucking clown in the fucking ambulance.
Yes, sir. So look, they made a series on Peacock. I was going into it highly skeptical, doubted it every step of the way. It was like, they are about to shit on this. This is going to be terrible. There's no way it's good. 100% I was in that mindset. Smooth Recoil, shout out to him. He hit me up and he said, hey, actually pretty good. Usually he shits on everything that's good. Okay, to be honest. But when he gives things credit, usually they are actually pretty good. So he usually shits on stuff that's good. So I'm not going to write it off if he shits on it. But if he says that it's good, I really give some credence to that. So I went ahead and I watched it. Super surprised. If you know the game, if you played the game, I would say definitely go watch it. There was a good amount of sort of nostalgia fan service or whatever in the show, but they still did a great job adapting it, so it's not just a fucking death match car game. So although I'm not gonna lie, they have one scene in there where all of a sudden everybody you know what I'm saying, they all line up and they're like, okay, well, it's about to get crazy, and then they do like a little kind of like Twisted Metal match. Shit was sick. So the game was great. Like I said, a lot of characters I had forgot from the game, and they obviously expand on the character and give it its own kind of like feel and backstory. And some of them they tweak slightly, but a lot of them, so for the most part, they keep it close enough to the source material to where it's respectful, and it was just all around. It was good, and it was funny too. When I saw the when I saw the trailer, I was like, well, I'm not gonna lie. So when you see the trailer, you see them dancing to Thong Song, Sweet Tooth the clown, and the main character Anthony Mackie, whose name is John Doe in the show. So they're dancing to Thong Song. Sweet Tooth gets him up against some slot machines, starts kind of like, acting like he's going to plow him in the butt, and they're singing Thong Song together. So that was in the trailer. So when I saw that, I was like, hell no, I'm not going to like this at all. And then at the end of the day, yeah, it went bad. I thought that was your autobiography. Yeah. If you're talking about me being fucking Sweet Tooth or something like that, no, sir. I do not plan on killing my entire family and chasing them to the grave. I love when this shit comes out though, because then I get to explain it to my woman, like I'm an expert on it. I'm like, yeah, no, he actually killed his entire family, just so you know.
Killed him dirty.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Check it out, man. They don't get too into it.
That's my show, but man.
Yeah. They don't get too into, like, it's already apocalypse time, and like I said, they adapt a lot of shit. With the game, it's all about like playing in this tournament, and then at the end, if you win the tournament, you get to make a wish to Calypso, and it could be like whatever. But then usually he's gonna take whatever you wish for, and then he's gonna fuck you with it, like with the wording a little bit. Yeah, they didn't get there. They didn't get to that point yet. It was all just like backstory and stuff like that. So. Well, I'm sure they will. I think at the end of the series, they hint towards the actual like Twisted Metal tournament, and like
I don't even think I ever played the story mode on that game because I don't remember any of that.
Well, you would play the story mode as each character. Each character had like their own end, and then you would see them make the wish, and then they would get finessed by fucking Calypso. You get sent to outer space, or fucking get turned into a beach ball, or some crazy shit. So yeah, usually almost always fucked them, unless really they wish some evil shit. So Sweet Tooth, he won, and he was like, "Hey, I want to be with I want to like be where my daughter is, because she got away when he killed his family. His daughter had got away or whatever." Calypso's like, "Hey, okay, I got you." Puts his ass right in the grave.
Tap it off.
He's like, and then I'll get to. He's like, the whole backstory is his daughter had killed herself because of all the shit that happened with her family and him. So then when he granted the wish, he put him in the grave, and yeah, he died. So fucking played himself. We'll see how that goes with the TV show. They haven't even touched on that yet, to be honest. I got one last thing. Ken, if you got to hop out, man, because I know you got a show that you got to prepare for, and I'll be keeping an eye out for that. But you got a time for one more video? I'm going to watch a video about UFOs.
Ooh, I love
damn things ain't real, man. Let's watch it.
I think that might be what they're talking about. It's
the Joe Rogan experience.
Let's get into it. So, by the way, I noticed they took down the Tim Dillon Joe Rogan episode from Spotify. Did you see that, Deuce?
No, I didn't. They really did?
Yeah.
No way.
It might be up now, but yeah, as of last night, I went through for some reason, and I was like, damn, 2019's missing. And I was like, who was on that? And I went to his YouTube channel and clicked a Tim Dillon episode, and it was hashtag 220.
You're killing me, bro. I love the Mike Baker one. You're fucking popping my cherry.
Brother, oh, shit. Pause on that. We're just gonna enjoy this together, brother. We're gonna pop our cherry together. All right. And we're gonna enjoy this Mike Baker little snippet, and then you're gonna know what you're getting into. This guy's a CIA operative that you're fucking listening to, by the way. So Mike Baker, former CIA fucking agent of some kind, that has come on Joe Rogan to give us information, malinformation. Maybe it's just information. Who knows? You take it for whatever you think it is. We're going to get into it, though. They're discussing UFOs in one way or another, and the validity of some of the recent information that's come out about UFOs from the government.
Grush, I think, here's my take on it. I think he believes what he's saying, right? I think he has gone out there. I think I'm legit. Look, he was a 14-year veteran of military and National Reconnaissance Office, and I think he went out and he talked to enough people, and he believes it. I don't think he's out there like spinning a yarn and is worried that now he's gotten over his skis and he's said too many things, and now but I don't know. I don't feel like it's tidy. And maybe the difference between us is I spent, a lot of time with the government, and the government is sometimes can be really, really dysfunctional. And it goes back to keeping a secret. The idea that they could have this what essentially is a covert action campaign, to spread disinformation about what they actually know, right? When the easier thing to do is just to have the program, if it's the U.S. government's, development of technology, right? And we're doing this, to have the program and just keep your yap shut about it, not go for a disinformation campaign, not try to muddy the waters by doing this, because in a sense, you're just creating more conversation around it. You're creating, now there's a little bit of a, movement within Congress to say, we have to do this. Now we have to. So they're going to look perhaps for a misappropriation of funds, right? Because they're not going to pursue like the UAP issue necessarily, right? But they might be interested in pursuing misappropriation of funds. So if you're running a program, if it didn't, again, going back to the idea that it's a U.S. government thing, if you're running a program, that's the last thing you want to do, is because you're doing this program to avoid government oversight. You're not going to create, this alternative narrative that, could generate the sort of publicity or the conversation, particularly up on Capitol Hill, that causes them to then start looking and saying, well, where is money being spent?
Right.
How do you feel about all this? The likelihood that the government would basically launch a disinformation campaign around UFOs it seems easily plausible at the very least.
You don't seem so happy right now.
Who?
You. Because the other day when we talked about this on my show briefly, you were super excited. I mean, you would jump. Like right now, you seem like you just had a downer.
Well, I mean, I'm just listening. I don't know. There's a lot more of the video to still hear. So really, that's why. I just think that, and honestly, this guy right here, I don't necessarily trust as a source just in himself. So I'm just wondering how you guys were feeling.
Why you don't trust him? I don't know him. So,
I mean, just because I don't really have much reason to take his word over others' words that I've had, that I've heard or read, and also, he's a fucking CIA agent, brother. You know,
he definitely know they fake.
Yeah, well, I mean, and also either he might know they're fake, or, well, I mean, the initial point that seemed like he was making is like, why would someone speak out? It's easier to just not like address it. So it's like, wouldn't it be easier for? But then I'm like, isn't the government addressing that? And then he's talking about Congress would have want to go after these government agencies to kind of like see where they're spending their money, maybe more thoroughly, and like that could be an issue, which I understand. But then he's like, but they wouldn't be as interested in the UAP situation. I'm like, well, okay, well, why not? So
but that's kind of weird.
Specifically, that like they wouldn't be interested in the UAP,
right? Because there is a trail there.
Oh, my bad, but yeah, either way.
Doesn't like, I mean, Mike Baker's hard, man. I feel like when it comes to when it comes to UAPs, I feel like he's kind of disingenuous. I feel like he does know what's going on with that, and he probably knows exactly.
Yeah, but would you expect him to tell?
No, I don't expect him to tell, but I would expect him to be able to drop little hints to where someone who's super smart can kind of like put the pieces together, you know? Like, because he honestly seems like a guy that genuinely thinks like the public should know about that stuff, you know? Like I truly feel like morally he feels that way. So listen to him speak.
But don't you think that could be something that's used to kind of like disarm us? For as far as like a communication tactic. So if he does want to kind of like like dampen any kind of like interest into looking into things like this or any curiosity, and kind of like treat it as it's typically been treated, which is like, just kind of like crazy bullshit. Then I mean, he would make an effort to seem like a trustworthy source. I don't know, and go on platforms that seem, lax and kind of, unscripted, like podcasts, like Joe Rogan's podcast. So I mean, it kind of is like in a way a perfect tool if somebody's a really good communicator.
But do you think he's more saying they exist or they don't? Because I feel like he's pushing more against the idea that they exist.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Neil deGrasse Tyson, which I feel like those are just government plans at this point. They just want to shut down the idea of aliens. Like, I'm not saying that aliens, like, there's fucking green people walking around. I'm saying, like, there's probably people that look like us that are just fucking smarter. And I mean a shit ton smarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers who made it off the earth when the Younger Dryas was happening. You know, like.
Oh, the previous civilization.
Yeah, not the motherfuckers who went in caves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And try to run away from
the
the water
dumbasses.
in caves. But like,
The dumbasses who ran into the caves. Yeah. Fucking yeah, all of our ancestors, the idiots.
Well, Neil could be a plant because I understand what you're saying with that part.
Yeah,
because he's a famous person who's kind of always this guy here is just out of nowhere.
He's not out of nowhere. He's a CIA agent, literally.
Too, I guess, but
what the fuck?
He's CIA. He looks like he's a typical gray man.
He's CIA by trade.
He's literally a gray man.
I've heard of him all over.
Look at his dress. Plain t-shirt, bullshit t-shirt. Probably has his Glock on his fucking back right ass cheek.
So what person would you say wouldn't be necessarily a plant? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who just popped up out of nowhere.
Somebody who doesn't directly have a career with the CIA. I'm not saying this guy is or isn't either way, but I'm saying like I do have to take his information. I have to run it through a filter of this guy worked for the CIA. Is there really such thing as a retired CIA agent? Like, do you not work for the CIA? Or whenever they call you up and need you to go on Joe Rogan to, just promote your book or whatever you might have going, but then just same thing as like what we were talking about with like the Biden shit, where they're talking to Twitter. It's like they don't even have to necessarily say do this explicitly as much as you have to just say like, go on there, promote your thing. And then while you're on there, if you want to go ahead and, say that the UAP shit, if you get asked that, because of course Joe Rogan will ask you that, say it's probably bullshit. Why would the government do that? Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel where you're coming from. I think Mike Baker, man, I think he's pretty solid though. He's solid and he's for the people.
Yeah, I think I trust Joe's like vetting process. You know what I'm saying?
Even Joe Rogan has said he don't know if he could trust this guy.
No, I've heard
Joe Rogan probably.
Okay, listen.
Joe Rogan can't be a plant though.
Well, I mean, you just
slander like that though. I'm not going to accept that slander.
Like you were saying earlier, are we just going to throw plant on everything? Like we can define it?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you a plant?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well then, all right.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Don't turn into the gay comedian tonight.
Clip that. Like I said earlier, don't clip that. Clip that one though. Yeah, obviously a plant. But yeah, here, let's go ahead and get look at this.
And that could cause a problem. So, yeah.
What are your instincts when you look at it? If I'm looking at it, I'm saying something's wrong. It seems like bullshit. What are your instincts?
Yeah, I think I would like to
thinking up an obvious lie.
And I don't think we're going to get there. But my instinct is to say, how do we solve this, or how do we come to some sort of logical resolution, as opposed to saying what is it right off the bat. My instinct is to say, all right, if the all domain anomaly resolution office has 800 cases, then tell us what those 800 cases are. Let's work our way through them, or have a little bit more transparency about working through those cases. Again, you'll probably whittle them down, right? When we were doing Black Files and we were going around talking to people about, various sightings and things, you're basically just crossing things off, going, okay, that was this, that was this, that was this. You find some pretty mundane answers, but you whittle it down to maybe one or two things that you can't explain, and then you can investigate those and say, okay, well, all right, let's dig further on these. But
I like his idea of opening it up. When I think about that, I think about the people on TikTok that you could send them a picture of your fucking
your balls and tell them it's the moon.
No, I'm talking about you can send them a picture of your balls and they'll tell you exactly where your fucking latitude and longitude location is. Have you ever seen those?
Oh my god, it's nuts.
Yeah, they'll like take a picture of like a fucking trash can, and there's people on TikTok that'll be like, okay, I found your location. You are at the Wendy's in between the fucking dollar store and
brother, he's hacking you, brother. He's hacking you.
Oh wow, damn. Okay,
that's spyware, brother.
Okay, spyware.
Right now, it's just like all over the map, and they've got so many cases, and they just kind of lump it all together. Are they doing that to obfuscate and create, this situation where it does seem like bullshit? And I don't know, but I think I'm not willing to shut the door on saying that those handful of those few sightings that where we do have technical data, we got video, we got radar lock, we got gun camera footage, whatever it may be, that can't be explained. I'm not willing to close the door and saying, well, it's is it, because who knows? Maybe China's doing the same thing. Oh, we're leading the hypersonic race right now. Great, but they've got another program, and they were responsible for the Tic Tac.
He just gave us the information we needed right there. He said China's doing the same thing. Yeah, that lets me know we're making UAPs.
It's real.
We're making them bitches.
Yeah, but isn't that's part of the confession, right? Is that or like the word that what's the dude's name was David Grush or whatever?
Yeah, y'all messing me up. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, David Grush, that guy David Grush, part of what he said was that we were building these things and we were reverse engineering things that we had found. So it doesn't rule out that some of these instances could be from other places, because that's where, according to the whistleblowers, we got that technology in the first place.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean, but that is a good catch on your from your point.
Yeah, no, he literally admitted to it.
Yeah, so he's admitted to the UAP.
There's always truth in a lie, brother.
Like I told you, it's the U.S. military doing it. Probably all governments.
Yeah, but like I said, that doesn't rule out that
I don't think it's all governments.
That doesn't rule out that the technology came from somewhere else, Gates.
Because the thing is the U.S. government has billions of dollars that goes missing in the military budget every year to like black projects and stuff like that, and they try to justify it. They try to justify it by saying that I'm saying they can't come from another country because they don't spend the money we spend on military shit. We definitely have some shit because we spend money and say we don't know where the fuck it went. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're funding a project. Like billions of dollars. Like if you look over the last 5 years, it's trillions of dollars that have gone missing from our military budget, and they can't tell you where it went. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know America definitely has some shit like that. Now, China, maybe not. Like some countries don't have the expense money to put into something like that,
Yeah. Well, that's and just one thing I want to make sure we don't completely space before we get off here is that's why when you look at like things like the defense budget and stuff like that, you're talking about college and things like that for people, it gets a little crazy when you look at that budget. And then on top of that, to keep it even more current, when you look at $700 going to people affected by the fires in Hawaii, like, look, man, that's a half a stimulus check. I don't know.
And it was what 1.9 million to go to them, but we sending billions of dollars to
Ukraine.
Yeah, I don't understand. So I don't understand how. Yeah, I know a lot of this stuff. I know
the government's going to take over that land. By the way,
I know a lot of the stuff with the Ukraine has to do with like the money that we're sending is kind of like theoretical money that we're sending because it's coming back to us through contracts that they have to use through like the U.S. government. So I know there's some kind of, I've heard this kind of like argued before, but at the same time, I agree generally that, I feel like for what they're going through and the position they're in, that is just wild to be in the middle of the fucking ocean. You got
Biden said, "I'm gonna give you $1.9 million." Like, bitch, if you don't open that fucking checkbook and drop fucking 50 million, bitch.
I mean, I see what you talking about. Where the money comes back.
$750 per person. You got like fucked up.
What were you saying, Gates?
I say I see where you coming from. You heard where the money comes back in the contracts.
Yeah.
But we sent billions upon billions of dollars over there. How long is it going to take for that money to reciprocate and come back. I mean,
sure.
That's if they can pay.
1 billion. We're talking like I forgot the number, but a shit ton, like 100 billion.
Listen, if Russia keeps blowing up more of that country, they can't pay that debt back. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, but I mean, some of
that's probably what we want.
But Deuce, hold up. Some of what we were talking about earlier with one, I didn't know this Ukraine being the second largest country in Europe.
Yeah,
that had me blown away a little bit. And then also, which I already knew about, obviously rich in resources. So when you say that it's blown to hell, assuming that it's not gonna, that actually might be profitable to us, to be the people that come in and build it back up. And who the fuck knows, we're
gonna do it like Germany. We're gonna do it just like Germany. We destroyed the fuck out of Germany after World War II, and then we came back in and we said, here's all this money to build it back up after we stole most of the money out of the country, out of Europe, actually. That's why we were able to build back Germany the way it is. Now, if you look at Germany, right, best economy in the world, best country in the world when it comes to financial. The World Economic Forum is held where? Germany. Volkswagen, Germany.
That'd be something.
The Autobahn came from Germany.
That'd be something interesting to look into. One thing that I and you might have even seen it, but I was watching a video the other day that said that Hong Kong had the maybe not richest economy. It was freest economy.
Probably freest. I mean, because Germany literally, like, bro, they don't have homeless.
Interesting.
They don't have like, you can't be homeless. Like in Germany, right? If you're homeless, you can literally go and recycle and get like $12 a can.
Damn, you're up,
bro. You see, they literally have like recycling stations, like vending machines.
$12 a can is crazy. Why do anything else,
brother? How can you have homeless?
I'm buying 12 packs and I'm up, baby. 12 packs pay for themselves and some.
The average salary is like $150,000 or something. It's fucking nuts.
Love it. Yeah, but if you're selling cans $12 a pop, brother, you're gonna hit 100,000 easily.
So I'm just going on a business trip, ship cans over there, then get over there.
Well, that's the problem though, right? It's probably not very dirty. So you're getting $12 a can, but shit, there's not a lot of people aren't just dropping their cans everywhere. They're throwing them away.
Brother, fuck that. I got a bag full of cans. What the fuck are we even talking about?
My car full of cans.
I was about to send that.
They probably won't even let you on the plane with it because they don't want you to pollute their fucking country.
I'll mail it. I'll fucking mail it. And if I'm making that kind of money, it might behoove me to charter a plane. Bitch, I might go ahead and fill it up with trash bags, bro. You know how I get down. I keep a can on me, brother. So yeah, I'll put some cans down. I wasn't realizing how much value I was giving to the fucking recycling people. Fucking crazy.
Well,
waste management. Man. Yeah, you mean wealth management. The cans.
No, it's kind of crazy. Germany, when I learned about Germany's economy, I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's literally not too long after we destroyed them in World War II. They were able to become the strongest economy in the world. How the fuck does that happen?
Well, first off, they as far as companies
with
go,
no resources. Those
motherfuckers put companies together, dog.
Like, they do that.
Adidas, I mean, Hugo Boss, baby.
Those were all Nazi companies.
That's the fucking point. That's what I'm saying. They had companies, bro. Even after the fucking economy went down, they had companies. You know what I mean? After the country went down, I mean.
Brother, did the economy really go down? I mean, it didn't seem like it ever went down, brother.
I don't think so. I think Adidas was still all day. I dream about sports.
Fucking VW, passion is everything.
Yeah.
You know, like. Brother, what?
Oh, Country Wayne coming to Port Charlotte.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. But
yeah, good for him.
I think, man, I don't know.
You're hilarious, Kent.
Can't believe you stopped us for Country Wayne, dog, for real. You stopped that good
Country Wayne. Okay, good for him. Fucking Country Wayne commercial. Where the fuck's he at?
Hopefully he's fucking paying us for that. Jesus Christ.
Where the fuck?
Yeah. Get free promo, man.
I'm gonna drive an hour to go see him.
Run it up. Damn, brother. Well, yeah, can't you? Well done, brother. You killed it. Let's get back into this, Mike Baker, and then we'll get out of here. Then we're gonna hop back on here for. Kent, you still on time for yours? What time's that live going? Let's let people know.
10 o'clock, man. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. All right. Yeah. We're going to hop over here and we're going to talk about football on Kent Stream. And I'm going to go live over here, but that's Gates Open Media. Make sure you go check them out for sure. Make sure you subscribe here if you're not already subscribed.
We're going to $20. He'll lube up his muscles for you, ladies. Flex on camera.
Oh, cool.
Gates Open OnlyFans too.
I like.
Don't tell the wife.
He's not even laughing. He's like, nah, I can do that now. Hey, he's an independent businessman now. So I mean, really, he can do whatever he wants to do. OnlyFans.
Hey, I heard Tootsie's got an open spot at 12.
Huh?
Gates.
I heard Tootsie's got a spot out at 12 for, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get on stage, man.
Gates Open sounds a little bit different when you talk about OnlyFans, bro.
That pandemic money hit different, boy.
All right. Hey, let's keep moving before, you know what I'm saying, that extra.
Hey, man, them OnlyFans models were going crazy during COVID, boy. They was popping.
They were, which was good for them. Honestly, they were giving people
great content.
They're giving people great content. And also at that time, man, people felt they were just feeling alone. Like some people didn't have families and stuff at home that they were staying with. We were fortunate, really.
Brother, they weren't alone, brother. They were home with the COVID.
Yeah, that's facts. For
COVID
14 days.
cuddling up to their lungs. You know what I mean?
For 14 days straight. You could definitely hop off so you can go rock your get your show ready if you need
research.
Okay,
all right, cool.
I'm about to cut this on. I don't need no research, man. I'll just show up.
I don't know nothing about these teams.
Okay, stop. All right. He don't listen to anything he just said. All right. Trust
please God. Just trust he knows what he's talking about and please tune in.
No, but hey, we're locked in. Deuce Andretti.
I can't believe my boy just said that, man.
Baby James, man, we're fine, and this is a beautiful, beautiful night, man. Make sure you are subscribed for more content. Let's get into this Mike Baker disinformation, misinformation, all of it. I want to hear all of it personally. All right, let's go.
All right. So we have to pursue it. And if that leads us to the doorstep that says, oh, that's a U.S. government program and they've developed the technology, okay, fine. But, I realize that.
I won't lie, this is a rabbit hole.
I'm not willing to close the door on saying it could be something else. It could be otherworldly, right? Because I just don't know.
It could be.
It could be. I just don't know.
There is
who knows?
That problem of the infinite nature of space, which seems to actually be getting bigger.
Yeah, there was a good way of putting it that
I thought it was getting
my wife, who's a hell of a lot smarter than I am, tried to explain it to me.
I saw a picture,
but she had heard
you don't know it's real anymore, but I saw a picture of the James Webb Telescope, which is like it can see further than any telescope ever or whatever. Fucking little question mark galaxy. Did you see that? I thought I see it on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, they should do new photos from James Webb Telescope, and it was like a fucking question mark. I'm like, what is the world even? I'm sure that's just like
a question mark.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just like I don't know, like just a visual
anomaly.
Yeah, sort of like weird thing, but it did look like a question mark, and it's just like the world is just so fucking.
It's a cluster of fucking stars in the shape of a question mark.
You got to go there, man. That's what it seems
like. That's what they're telling us.
us.
They're like, "Hey, this is where you should come next. Don't go to the other ones where they're gonna kill you. Come to the question mark.
Literally, I'm with you, brother.
Or
it seems like
the opposite.
It seems
like, hey, come check us out so we can slaughter your whole race.
So, well, hold on. I was thinking it seemed like the next mission in story mode, but
brother, you remember the old Joker?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with the question marks and shit.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey played that one.
The Joker? No. Fucking
no. Remember with
the Riddler
mark guy, the Riddler. Yeah, he played the Riddler.
He played the Riddler. He was fucking terrible.
He was bad, but that's what I'm saying. The Riddler, though. Ever since I watched that, you're saying it's a question mark. I don't trust that shit.
Well, hey, all right. I'm seeing the correlation now. Yeah,
but honestly, I don't think that telescope works. If we're being real, that's not
okay.
You want my honesty. I think they're lying. They can't.
I don't know
shit out that motherfucker.
Yeah, this is the thing. I've been at this point, and I think this is a good position to have, which is just know that you know nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Know that you don't know shit. Be open to everything. You can have opinions on things, but in reality, to really, really say that you know what fucking reality is, it's hard to say because all of it is cascade of information that you take on throughout life at different points, and then everybody interprets it different ways and comes to their own conclusions. And some things that we're told from sources that we trust are literally not true. So it's like, well, how can you believe anything? That's the sad part about all of this shit. There's kind of like a beauty to it because there's like a better understanding, but at the same time, like it's like you want to be able to trust, like your fucking government. Obviously, you want to be able to trust people that you feel like your interests aligned, which is what was the perception, I think, to this point, or at least the desired perception was that, like the citizens in the country, they're kind of
we would hope that they care about what we want. That was the whole point of us electing the motherfuckers in the first place, to run the country. But more and more you see that we want to learn about aliens, and they want to tell us about Joe Biden's fucking laptop that he said was his son's. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wish it would. There should be way more clarity on that. The fact we get like documents released by the government, and then it's like the president's not going to speak on that.
I just want to know who decides what documents get released, because obviously that motherfucker is just bouncing around however he feels like at this point.
Is it not wild though that this is something that could be out in the media? You can have whistleblowers that are saying like, "Hey, we have spaceships, we have fucking biological creatures here. We've reverse engineered everything. We've reverse engineered things."
Brother, I would need to look them motherfuckers in the eye, you know what I'm saying, and really give him like a true like eye test. Like,
I'm saying as the president though, I'm saying like as the president, how the fuck is that not being addressed? How do you not have to come out like fucking attack on it? Doesn't okay. Either way, then the people that are in charge of fucking telling him what to say should tell him what to say, and he should go out and be like, "Hey, look, this is real," or the propaganda might be, "Hey, this is fake," whatever. Either way, whichever way it is,
Brother,
I would accept that more than just like the government's going to release documents but we're not going to talk about it at all. You realize that it's been documents being released slowly, and then you have whistleblowers coming out. You have shit saying that there's a what did we read? That there's been probes sent to the fucking within our galaxy or some shit. So like you have all this, and this is something that doesn't get addressed. That's wild to me. Like outside of like I said, just releasing shit on the hush, like it's a single drop. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you, brother. My whole thing is like with this situation, I just think about it as it's hard, but the president he gets that conversation. I think every president has gotten after Kennedy. You saw what we did to Kennedy. Don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? They have that don't fuck with us conversation.
Yeah.
You can talk about aliens all you want to. The minute you start saying you're gonna start releasing shit and asking for this and asking for that, we gonna come see you.
But how as a country is it not an expert? That's my point. Even if it is like he's a fucking puppet and all this shit, even if I give you all that, it's like how as a country do we not require that of the state, whatever you want to call it?
How do we accept that as an answer?
As we release shit on the side, once again, like I've said on here before, people's lives have been ruined. People have literally been killed about this shit, and it's just it's an aside. We release government documents, and then definitely the president never speaks on it, and barely anybody within the government speaks on it at all, aside from these whistleblower meetings that we've seen.
Well, you have like certain senators and certain congressmen that will speak on it, but like, bro, like you have people that are like, okay, so like within the House or the Senate, I guess there's committees and shit like that. You have people that are on the committees of like intelligence that have no idea about this shit, like you have people who are career politicians and have no idea about these black projects, so
fucking black ops.
Like I just don't think there's a lot of clarity on these things, and obviously for good reason.
Yeah.
But I also think, man, it's just something that is being manipulated for probably the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And they honestly don't want people knowing about it. Like I truly feel like they don't want any of this shit coming out. Like aliens and that technology changes the course of man.
Well, I think they release the documents for one. Like it's a government release. Like this shit is just like over a certain amount of time.
They redact a lot of the information. They fucking black out most of the information. You know.
Well, okay, so this is one thing I do want to say. You make an interesting point to this extent, where I do think it's interesting for the government to come out and say, like, if we're seeing technology that doesn't even like obey the laws of physics to what we understand. Apparently, it would be kind of like a disadvantage as a country for us to then like admit that on a global scale, right? Like, isn't there like a element of surprise if like who knows what could happen at any point? So far, America's been like when we talk about the billions of dollars and stuff like that, like a lot of that shit is like. We have tanks that we're just sitting on because the military industrial complex, we just got to keep making that shit regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got shit now. We're offloading a bunch of fucking old tanks to go over there. And, I don't know. I'm high. I remember.
They were like, oh yeah, we need to pay for these old tanks. So we're going to sell them to fucking.
Well, we want to make new ones. We need contracts for new ones.
Better ones.
Yeah, we want fucking contracts for new ones. Oh, well, I guess the point being is like you're offloading all this shit, and meanwhile you have fucking goddamn hover ships and fucking whatever. I mean, like
that's why, bro. There's no way we left $10 trillion in military equipment for the fucking Taliban to just take. You know what I'm saying?
And we didn't have some ray guns in the fucking tuck.
You know what I'm saying? Some Bray Dracos in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Showing the Taliban who really get down like Taliban. You feel me?
Oh, okay. All right. I was going ray gun, futuristic, maybe even like
there,
we were shooting zombies. Really, you know what I mean?
Nah, fuck the zombies, brother.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, there's a different something on their head. You know what I mean?
Well, I know. Here, let's wrap this
up.
Talk
about a bounty, brother.
By the way, are you hopping on Gates Open live?
I should be able to get on Gates Open, man, but I won't lie. You brought up an alien conversation, and this is my shit. So
I feel you, but I want to go over there and I want to support the brother. But I hear you. Let's watch.
You got to give him at least 10 minutes to get it fired up, anyway.
That's true.
Get her to program
at one point going.
Where the person explained it like, okay, imagine how vast the ocean is, right?
This motherfucker.
And you know how you
literally, he's trying to change the subject. Think about how vast the ocean is. And submarines sometimes. By the way, you remember that submarine story from a couple weeks ago?
Brother, he's literally trying to look like fucking Hoover over there, like with that cigar in his mouth.
Oh yeah, he's trying to get that fucking promotion.
We've explored the ocean, but then you look at space.
And he wants to have a personal boy toy
compared to the ocean.
Travel around with him.
The amount that we've explored in space,
like Hoover,
right, is equivalent to like a wine glass full of ocean water, right? So you take a wine glass full of ocean water, you look at it and you go, there's nothing there, right? You know, there's all those life forms, there's all those fish in the sea. It's kind of like that. And then, you know, you think about space and you think about what we know and what we don't know and how we imagine, like our limited capacity to imagine what life outside of Earth could look like.
Right.
So yeah.
But when you hear talk of like crash retrieval programs.
Yeah, Mike, why are you lying?
Yeah. That keeps taking me back and is, you know, to this whole idea of if there was a crash retrieval and reverse engineering program like David Grush talked about and had been in existence for decades, somebody would have fucking opened their yap and talked about it. I think
other than Bob Lazar.
And they would have had some better specifics, right? I mean, that's always the thing. It's always where it falls down. Well, I haven't seen it, but I talked to somebody who knows that it exists, right? And I think...
And obviously, there's nothing the government could do to prevent somebody from wanting to speak out about things like this. Obviously.
Yeah, we couldn't slit their throat or break their wrist.
They would be protected by whistleblower laws, obviously.
Yeah, because half those people haven't popped up dead in their families.
Maybe it's because we're human, we're programmed to actually want physical.
Yeah, I mean, think about people that are willing to be dishonest to the point of like of hiding this stuff. You think they would have an issue breaking one more law?
Medical evidence, right? We want to actually see it before we believe it. But you know that really hasn't happened yet.
What's one of the things that's fascinating is the narrative has shifted so wildly from it's completely preposterous to credible people like David Fravor and Ryan Graves and all these different people that are talking about multiple sightings, things that completely defy our understanding of what a vehicle is capable of doing, hovering completely motionless in 120 knot winds, all the whole, you know, whatever that thing is, the cube inside a sphere that they keep seeing over and over again.
Right.
Like,
almost hit one of the aircraft.
Yeah.
You know,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And then they land. So I think, you know, one of the good developments out of all of this, and one of the things that may eventually lead to transparency, right? Because it will provide an avenue for these sightings, whether it's commercial or military pilots, as an example, to report it. Right, and to be more, and for the government to take it, perhaps, you know, again, it depends on whether it's a big conspiracy or not, to investigate in a more logical manner and in a more detailed manner. So I think just again the sheer act that we're talking about it, which then takes me back to the idea that, you know, if you're running a secret program, you don't want people talking about it, so you're not going to muddy the waters with a false narrative if you don't have to. Right. You know, if your concern is that someone's getting close to the truth and you got to do, okay, then maybe so. But
why would you say that isn't the case here? You know what I mean? He's giving that example as if that doesn't apply here.
It's just weird though, because I did get his point. The UFO conversation kind of came out of left field. You know, like all this shit with UFOs. Oh, we're gonna drop a whistleblower law. Oh, we're gonna drop all this information. But hey, by the way, we're still gonna push off JFK's assassination 60 years.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on. Those two things don't make sense. If you're willing to tell us about aliens, you should be 100% willing to tell us how you killed another human being.
Yeah, but killed the president, man. That's wild.
He's human. He's another person now. You tell me, if you're willing to tell me that there's another being out there that can probably mind control me, but you're not willing to tell me that you killed our sitting president,
brother, imagine the government. Okay, hold on. Imagine legitimately that the government said, hey, we killed JFK, the president. That is fucking wild. There's no way. Honestly, you know, I don't know. I mean, like the transparency point, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, as someone that believes that happened, you know what I mean? That's really tough. Because like, what's the good that comes of that from their perspective?
I mean,
you can be roped into some AFK shit.
Do you think it's also possible that there are patriots that do think that the American public deserves to know about this information, and they have been sitting on it for a long time?
Don't fucking play that game. Do not play this fucking game. If you play this fucking game and I find out, I'm gonna be shitty.
It's for the devil, right?
If you play Ivani and you watch this shit, don't even tell me that. And do not play Age of Origins. That'll piss me off.
The people like David Grush and all these various people that are coming out, and more apparently are wanting to come out.
Yeah. Well, interesting thing with Grush is, look, he said so during the hearing, right? He said, I can't talk about that. I can talk about it in a skiff, right? In a sensitive, secure environment.
Yeah, say he's a liar. That's what you're saying. Say that man.
Yeah, he doesn't like Grush. He's trying to be like politically correct.
So he's not credible, and then he's a liar.
Yeah, you don't like him. You think he's a lying bigot. Say it.
All right. Well, if I'm, you know, one of the people on that subcommittee, I'm going to say, you know what, to my staff, schedule, you know, a skiff meeting with Grush. Get him in here, and let's, you know, have him talk classified shit.
Right.
So that would be the next logical step in all of this.
Have they done that yet?
I don't know. I mean, it's
when he said I could talk to you about it in a skiff. Have people taken him up on that?
Well, you'd have to ask him. No, I wouldn't know.
Right, and they wouldn't tell anybody.
And they wouldn't tell him. And therein lies part of the problem, because if he sits there but if he sits in the skiff and continues to kind of say, well, like, you know, okay, I don't, you guys aren't clear to hear this, and I can't. All right. Then you got to start questioning, you know, what he's actually got or what he knows for sure, rather than just having this you know, witness interviews and sort of secondhand information. But I'm much more, I guess the point is, I'm much more interested in the direct sightings than witness interviews. Right.
And the thing about him is he's not really a witness. Right. He hasn't had any personal encounters with anything. Right. He hasn't had personal encounter with a craft. He hasn't seen a retrieved craft. He hasn't seen the biological entities. These are all just programs that he's been made aware of that he felt like people needed to know about.
Yeah,
and that's the narrative.
And I, again, not to disparage anybody, right? I mean, look, he's, if in fact, somebody leaked his medical records, which looks like, did happen, right? Then that's pretty bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to
This is somebody leaked his medical records.
Figure out what the hell is happening.
Let's see
there.
this. The information from Grush, who said he was unable to discuss specifics on what he told the Pentagon's watchdog arm. Lawmakers want to sit down with the former official in a sensitive compartmented information facility, a SCIF, to get additional information from him. The group has been blocked, however, by officials that have informed them that Grush doesn't currently have security clearance to discuss the issues in a SCIF, according to Burchett. We think that we'll get there eventually. It's just frustrating. I'm ready to go, and the American public are ready to go, he said. Luna argued that the SCIF with Grush could help lawmakers better understand the type of legislation they need to write regarding UAPs. She said she supports legislation that would declassify information on the phenomenon. So there seems to be some issue of secrecy and what's possible to discuss or what's legal to discuss.
Well, but yeah, look, the government casts a very wide net when you're talking about classified information, right? I mean, the government is.
And to be clear, I feel like that is something that
by the government, he means himself.
But with that, man, like when you're talking about an extraterrestrial threat, in keeping the existence of that classified is like to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? I can't, bro. I could understand some things being a matter of just keeping national security and keeping everything kosher within our country, but as far as like when you're talking about aliens and then you're denying that, I think that could be just so dangerous, man. Like I said, what has happened to people, the like, I guess, ostracizing of people, and I think that's not even to really get into some of the real life consequences. People genuinely lost their life about the show.
It's overclassified information for decades and decades, right? And you've got secret, top secret, code word, and they tend to just hoover everything up and classify it, right? And then it takes fucking forever, right, to go through that process of declassification. And because nobody wants to put their neck out at that point and say, yeah, let's declassify this, right? Once it's in that pot. So
what a horrible system.
But the question is, great, you're saying, you can talk about it in the SCIF. Well, damn it, then that's the next, that's what the subcommittee should be doing. Right? That's their job, right? If they're curious, right? And if they're sincere about trying to get to the bottom of this, and that's theoretically their job, then they should, because again, going back to the main thing. And
when you say theoretically their job, you mean like front facing, people facing. That's what you lead people to believe their job is, in my opinion. I think that's what he means by that.
People can say, well, why are you wasting your time on this? But you can always circle back to the top line, which is it's for national security purposes. We want to know what the hell's going on.
Right.
And if so, yeah, we'll see. I guess that's the question that should be thrown at Grush, or should be thrown at the subcommittee members.
I'm also shocked at how few people care. I feel like people are so overloaded with information today because of social media and because of the news cycle. People are so overloaded with information that this barely registered on people other than UFO nuts.
Yeah. I mean, there was a surprising amount, I thought, anyway, of sort of mainstream media coverage.
He just leaned into it with them. You see that, Deuce?
Yeah. He was like, "Yep, I'm just gonna go for it." They found me out. Fuck it.
Well, no, I'm saying Joe. He just alley-oop for him. He said this didn't land on anybody's radar. Initially, I was feeling what he's saying, but then he's like basically only landed on the radar of UFO nuts. So it's like, oh, people discussing this is crazy. Oh, yeah, no, 100%, brother. Yeah, yep. I'm gonna tag off that and double down. It wasn't
particularly.
That's what it is.
Joe just took that. You bent over. You just took it.
Yeah, no, he did on that little part.
Right, it just kind of covered. Okay, it was a hearing, and I think they did it because look, it's UFOs or UAPs, right? And so they knew they'd get some clicks on it if they were putting it online or whatever, and they didn't pursue it. Like has been any. I haven't seen any stories that talked about the follow up with Grush. There were a couple of stories talking about the fact that perhaps his medical records were leaked. As a result.
And the medical records showed what? That he had some sort of a psychiatric condition.
You see how he's going to mention that just offhandedly over and over again.
Yeah.
The first time he said it was bullshit. And he's like, well, but I'm going to mention it again because it is relevant. And then now Joe's like, "Well, damn, now we got to pull
an
it up."
event or something like that.
PTSD. I think he, some suicidal depression issues.
Standard stuff with military veterans.
Yeah. He had done his time in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Right.
He says so. He asked, and he said, basically, he wanted to kill himself and depression. And Joe's like, "Yeah, that has nothing to do with fucking." Like whether or not
if he saw UFOs, bitch.
Yeah, or him being able to take in that information and process it from other people correctly. If that's because that's the pushback there is that he directly didn't see things, he heard from people directly and things of that nature. So
well, that's a valid point. Yeah, I mean that's a very valid point. I think Joe should understand that and accept that, but also push back on Mike and be like, Mike, I also think you're a piece of shit and you're full of shit.
Pull out your fucking billfold. I know you have a badge in it right now. They all keep a badge on the low.
That doesn't, it means nothing, and except for the fact that it shouldn't be out there. Right? Those records should be damn well private.
Well, not only that, isn't that what we want? Why don't you shut your little dinger off there, fella?
Is that me going off?
You. Yeah, that's why your phone rang.
What the hell?
Got to learn how to use that little switch on the side.
Yeah, they're listening.
Thank you for my IT lesson.
Isn't that what you want from? I mean, that's the whole purpose of providing these services for veterans. That when they do have suicidal thoughts and they are struggling with PTSD, that they get help. I mean, the idea that they're shaming him and saying that his report is not credible because of this seems ridiculous.
Bullshit. Yeah.
It's totally bullshit.
Yeah, and he said he's come out since and said, look, I did seek help. I'm in a better place. And he was happy that people were talking about it. They should be talking about it. Look, we lose a shocking number of veterans to suicide, right? And it's disgusting that we don't, that the government doesn't work harder at this, right? And spend more effort. I know a couple of people who do amazingly good work at the VA.
Flip it around after you've been dragging the man's name through the mud.
He's a liar. He does not want them to do shit.
In terms of counselors, right? They're not managers, they're not executives. They work with the veterans every day, right? And it's incredible what they do. But overall, as a government, our assistance, right, to veterans. I mean, you look at the number of homeless situations. It's pathetic. And so when he talks about it, it's good that he's talking about it, right? I think that transparency helps, and he clearly views it that way too. And he said, look, I don't have any problem with discussing it, but we should be concerned by the fact that somehow his medical records were put out there. And then some people will look at that and go, well, is that the government's effort to discredit him? Or is that somebody's effort to discredit him? I don't know why anybody else would. Why would you do that?
Why would anybody else do that? Talking about some shit that you don't want him to talk about. Yeah. He's talking about some shit that you don't want him to talk about, then it seems pretty obvious as to why he might
He entertained the alien conversations a lot more on other podcasts. So the fact that he's taking such a strong stance on it now kind of has me a little skeptical.
Well, I mean, thankfully on that, we did get to see Joe press him a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But here, everybody, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love. We're going to fire this thing back up. Deuce, I hope to see you over there, but you're going to catch me over there at Gates Open. Go subscribe to him. Show him some love. He was on here. That is right there, Gates Open Media. Go check him out. Make sure you're subscribed to Sit in Politic as well. We got a lot of viewers that have been tapping in and haven't been subscribed. So just make sure you're subscribed for consistent, fun content. We're chilling, we're vibing, we're hanging out, and we're talking about all kinds of stuff and having a lot of fun. So I appreciate y'all for showing love. Thank you for getting us to 500. That was amazing. We're looking at 1,000 now, and I look forward to hitting that milestone. But it means a lot to hit the 500 subscriber milestone. That's huge. So means the world. I would say that's the first really big milestone since 100 subscribers. So definitely look forward to.
That means all you guys we got in between there. We really don't fuck with you like that. But Mr. 500, shout us out. We got a prize for you.
There you go. Okay.
We can't say it on here because you know why.
And also go check out Deuce Andretti for that prize, whatever he's talking about. I can't speak to that. Sounds like he's talking about Obama prizes.
Back alley, Tootsie's Miami.
Yeah, he's talking about Obama prizes for sure. Then, I don't do those.
We're gonna do a different club for that one.
But yeah, definitely rock with us. Make sure you subscribe for more content. Always having fun. We're going to talk about football here in a minute. So if you want to hear us talk about the AFC North and just football in general, football season is coming up. We'll have a lot of sports content. We'd love to talk about politics and get into hip hop conversations. So thank you, Noah, for hopping in the chat and helping carry along the conversation. It was a lot of fun chopping it up with you. I hope we do that again in the future. And we are out. Yeah.